Tuesday night's main event.
We're live.
No, we're not. It says scheduled. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Going in.
Holy smokes.
I didn't set up
that
the
was
Rumble
rough.
stream. I didn't set up the Rumble stream.
Nobody
Fuck.
cuss. We have like a minute window where we can't cuss.
Dude, everything's fucked up. I just started. I didn't set up the fucking Rumble stream.
There it is again. All right, well, all right.
Oh my god. What a fucking disaster. What the hell's going
Set
on?
up a Rumble.
I'm gonna have to set up the fucking Rumble stream now because Rumble's retarded and they don't have everything set up. But we're live. Hello, everyone.
What are we doing?
Welcome to Tuesday night's main event. We got a lot to talk about, so I didn't even run the intro tonight.
Crushing it.
Oh, God, what a disaster this is. I know, like everybody's yelling at me about Rumble now. Say something, Jay.
Let's talk games.
Let's keep it moving.
Okay, there we go.
Let's keep it moving, chat.
We got this, boys.
I like when he says Jay, and then of course somebody else has to.
Yeah, come on, Ben. Holy shit.
Sorry.
Oh,
I get away from you, Jay. Where are you at, dude?
Processing,
Saying,
buffering,
man,
guys.
Processing, buffering.
I just see. It's pretty sad.
No fucking intro. Fucking Rumble. Get your shit together, Rumble. Like, why the fuck don't they have it to where it's
I was
integrated?
trying to point to Ben and accidentally pointed at Beardo. That's why I'm laughing.
Why does Rumble not have it to where it can be set up directly through StreamYards at this point in time? I'll never understand why they can't just get their shit together.
Because technology.
It's so fucking stupid. But I'm working on setting that up now. But welcome to Tuesday night's main event, everybody. I am Jeremy. We have a lot to talk about tonight. So I already tried to let Jay talk and didn't say anything. So how about stuttering I stream over Tuesday night's main event, Craig? What's up?
What you meant to say, Jeremy, was I created an outstanding lead-in and sent my audience over you to be here on time.
That's what you did.
That's right. Yes, right.
Craig.
Good guy, Craig.
Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Let's go, Craig.
It was an improvised raid.
Look, it's been a crazy day. I'm glad to be hanging out with you guys. And at the end of the day, I'm just here to talk some games. So let's go.
Let's talk games. What's up, Fear?
Let's talk gays.
Let's talk. Well, we'll talk about Chris Tyson a little bit later. So we got Fear the Beardo in the house.
Let's
What's
talk
up,
gays.
Fear the Beardo?
How's it going, guys? Shit's wild, man. Shit is crazy, but it's good to be here. Jay's drinking his chocolate milk. Some muscle milk there. You love to see it. Craig, always good to be here with you. Savvy. Yeah, all right. Let's keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving.
I love you too.
We got Jake the Viking in the house, who's had a hell of a week on Twitter. You've had a hell of a week.
Hell of a week. Might actually get monetized now. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Good to have you here, brother. Malcolm Flex in the house. What's up, man?
How's it going, fellas? I am in the middle of a busy day, but even I had to stop by here. Also, Beardo, I saw you. You left me out of your hello. Like, what's up, man? What you want to do? Come on.
Beardo hates black people.
Let's keep it moving. Madam Savvy, how you doing?
He left me out
My
too.
line.
Well, my chair
my
broke,
bad.
so I'm mourning right now.
What happened?
What?
I tried to fix my chair and then I broke it completely, so my mudkip chair is gone.
The spiders got it.
Oh, the spiders got it. The spiders finally claimed victory over Madam Savvy, so we're happy about that. Well, good to have you here.
Happy?
Yeah, of course.
You're happy they claimed victory over me?
Yes.
They attacked me while I'm at my weakest point on the toilet. What's wrong with you?
Yes, we respect that. We respect that. Oh, shut up, White Knight. We don't need you in here. Protect the Madam Savvy. I'm here.
Yeah, but the man said, shut up, Ben, and then I realized what he said, and I'm like, wait, don't say it.
Oh,
No, I just hate spiders.
we got My Nerdy Home here. What's up, Steph?
Hi. I wasn't able to do my TikTok stream on my channel today because my brother had his baby today. So I'm an auntie of
Let's
an
go!
adorable little girl.
Nice.
I'm very excited. So I wasn't able to do my TikTok stream. So I'm gonna do it after main event. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm very excited because I'm an auntie.
There we go. All right. Well, congratulations, Steph. All right. I think I'm trying to get Rumble working. Let's see if I can get that working. I'm working on it. What's up, Ben? How you doing, man?
Oh man, not much. This drama on the internet has been a lot over the last few days. So that's great, and it makes me lose all faith in humanity.
Yeah, I mean, it has been pretty wild, and obviously we're going to talk all about that tonight. I don't know why I can't get Rumble working. Fucking Rumble's retarded. So I'm sorry, Rumble.
Skill issue.
Yeah, it must be. It's just so fucking annoying that they make it so difficult when it could be so easy. But whatever. I'm sure they'll sign a big right wing personality that'll boost all their fucking numbers, and you know. Because why get people that will actually bring a new audience? Let's get another Republican to say Trump is great over there. That'll work. That'll boost the numbers. Anyway, we have a lot to talk about. It's been a crazy day, an absolute landmine on everywhere you go on social media right now. It's been crazy. It's been wild. Now, Craig was trying to stream over us. And so since he's not streaming over us, I'll let you kind of give us a little bit of the lay of the land about Dr. Disrespect, because that's what you were going to talk about. What's the lay of the land over there?
So the lay of the land was the last few days. There's been, there are a lot of back and forth based off of some allegations initially. Then this morning, Doc came out and said, "Hey, this is put a statement out," and the statement was edited multiple times. The edit included a very important word that was first there, then removed, then added again. Yeah. That word being minor, and then the internet exploded. And that's where we're at right now. That's pretty much the lay of the land. The idea of people have been saying, where's the proof when it comes to the allegations associated with the allegations being that he was conversing in a very sexual manner with some minors, or with a minor, would be to be clear, over on Twitch via their whisper system. And there still has yet to be the proof outside of the statement of Dr. Disrespect saying, hey, I can confirm that there was some messages. So, but with that said, literally, I guess in this instance, straight from the doc's mouth, or words or tweets, he said, hey, I had some conversations, which I probably shouldn't have had, and I was stupid for it. So
yeah, so his statement was pretty. Your microphone's got a little bit of I don't know if it was just me, but his mic was kind of kicking back a little bit. But yeah, so I've made several videos on this topic right now, and I've been really kind of reluctant to say anything specific because I was like, until we see some proof of the allegations, I'm not going to believe Twitch. I'm just not going to buy into Twitch because I don't believe in anything that Twitch has to say. You have this former employee that comes forward last Friday and says, after 4 years, hey, the reason he was banned is because he was messaging an underage person, and we have the chat logs and blah, 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 blah. He's busted. He comes out with a weird statement that was very like, no wrongdoing was found. And it was like, whoa, what are you talking about? Why can't you just come out and say, I did not do the very thing that you're accusing me of doing? That was a big red flag for a lot of people. Like, why won't he just say he didn't do this very thing? And of course, we know why he didn't say that, because it's obvious that he did, because he's said as much. Now, the big question we have based on his statement is, did he know? Did he know that the person was underage? And I don't know if we are going to get the answer to that question, but there's a way to word that. And I think that's a very crucial thing to word, is to say, I didn't know at the time, but he didn't say that.
Right.
So right now, all of his friends are basically abandoning him. All of his sponsors are abandoning him. You had Tim the Tap Man come out with a video saying he can't stand with him. You had Nick Merckx come out with a video saying he can't. You had Ninja address it. So this has been wild, to say the least. So what does the panel think of this whole thing right now? Because this has been spicy, very spicy.
It's not good.
Than anything at this point.
Yeah.
Because now it's raising like, does Doc have stuff on Twitch? We were talking about this earlier, because why didn't they just come out and say this when they banned him?
Yeah.
Why did they agree to pay him out in full? Because now it's like, so I think Doc has something on him, and that's why there was this whole cover up. But then also the timing of this Twitch whistleblower because now it came out that he's like in a band with the other guy and they're trying to sell out shows. And so they're using this like, oh, by the way, Doc said this. Hey, come to our show, by the way. So it's like, what's going on?
It's shady on both parts. It's shady,
Shady.
The fact that Doc wasn't clear right off the rip, the fact that Twitch had paid him, that there was an NDA, that they were both going to try to cover it up. I don't think we're really going to get any light on this until there are receipts, until we see the messages, and whether we do or do not, what kind of legality is there for us to see those messages. I guess time will tell, but it doesn't look good for either side. It looks worse for Doc right now, but I don't think Twitch is innocent in this at all.
No, not with them paying out the way they did. But the important thing to note there is so the Whisper feature was in beta back in 2017, which is supposedly when all of this happened, and that's about the time when he came public when he was cheating on his wife. So I think to use, and we need to see the documentation, and this is on Twitch's side, by the way. I'm not talking about anything in regards to like, does this make it okay for Doc? But I think you needed to be 18 or older per documentation to use the Whisper feature. So if it came out that somebody under 18 was using the Whisper feature, that looks bad for Twitch. But instead of coming forward and being transparent about it and warning people and potentially other platforms, they decided to hide it. Now, his tweet makes it seem like his civil suit against Twitch for the banning of 2020, it makes it seem like it's unrelated. However, in 2020, during the time that he got banned, that was when everybody was coming forward about Twitch staff. So
yeah,
they could have been empowered to report his stuff to Twitch during the 2020 outing of all the staff.
Yes, and as I've said, if there's an offense that is universally he should be banned for, it's using Twitch whispers. Like, who the fuck uses Twitch whispers? Who the fuck is talking like that? You might as well just go ahead and respond to the Nigerian prince and go ahead and give him your bank account information. You're responding to a Twitch whisper message. And that's how you're setting up. Like, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna be hooking up with this girl who's messaging me on Twitch whispers. What the fuck? That's the weirdest shit ever.
Yeah, man.
But go ahead, Malcolm.
No, I was about to say, yeah, just get caught up in Discord DMs like a real man. Like, what the hell are we doing, folks? But no, I think Madam and Jake are onto something. I mean, it's literally, and it could be grounds for, maybe legal action that the system that was supposed to only allow 18-year-olds to chat with you was, gamed, and you guys were marketing it as this feature. So, maybe we're just going to be a little bit quiet about this, sweep it under the rug. You don't do anything. We don't have discovery. There's no issue or anything like that. So that sounds about right. And, doctor's statement just unfortunately makes it a whole lot more obvious that, it went down in the DMs, or I guess the whispers in this case. It wasn't very good.
Well, I mean, look, here's go ahead, Savvy. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say the other poo-poo for all of this is
Did that make you laugh, Jay? Because she said poo-poo?
The other poo-poo for all of this.
Like, we're having a serious conversation, and Jay's like, "Oh, she said poo-poo."
I'm laughing at something else.
Go ahead, Savvy.
But that helps.
Who spiked Jay's milk?
They held on to this for 4 years, and it only came out because Cody clearly, per his second tweet, does not like Dr. Disrespect and his friends.
Correct.
So this does not make them look good. It does not make anybody who hit this look good, because they potentially, again, held on to information about a predator. We don't know if he knew the age or not, but if he did, then that would definitely be even worse, and everybody deserves to know. Not to mention we have the jokes and things like that. So nobody looks good in this situation. And if Dr. Disrespect was on the right side of certain things, would he still be protected? Because the entertainment industry does that.
And that's the point, because a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people going, well, Doc wasn't like MAGA, and you don't have to be MAGA to be deemed political from the far left. If you are not pro everything, pro this, pro that, then that makes you an enemy of that side of the equation. He has specifically said recently, get politics out of video games completely. That is a political statement from the far left-wing people. That's just as bad as me saying MAGA. For him to say, can we get politics out of all games? Now, again, I'm not here to defend Doc. Here's what I think. Here's what I think. Here's my honest assessment based on the information that we have in front of us. I think that it's fair to say that Doc is a pretty shitty husband. I think that's pretty much confirmed.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
he's got
it's 19 years. Yes.
Yeah. Well, there's a video of him from like 6 years ago, like out of character, admitting that he was, cheating on his wife, whatever.
Bingo. It's the fact that he already got caught, sleeping around, and he made that live stream out of character where he admitted wrongdoing. And then the fact whether he knew it or not at the time, and that's still yet to be confirmed, whether he knew at the time whether she was a minor or not, whatever, we will find that out. That's bound to come out. But still, it doesn't change the fact that he already got caught. He already admitted wrongdoing, said he was going to change up, take family first, and then he did it again. It's extremely fucking shitty.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I don't think this is the first. It's not like this is the only other time. I think this guy's probably, and again, this is just based on the information, he's probably a serial cheater. That's probably what he is. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say that I've been a fan of Doc's content for a long time. So, and I knew about the moral quandaries that he'd had in the past with cheating on his wife, and I absolutely don't agree with that. But why do I hear echoing?
Yeah, I hear a lot of echoing. I don't know if that's somebody else's. Like, there's a lot of
do you still hear
chatter? It's every single person that talks. I'm hearing it. I don't know if it's somebody's.
Are you still doing it? My headphones might have been too loud.
Potentially. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, so when all this came out, obviously I was, frustrated and confused and a little upset about it, which I guess you might think is too silly to be that way, but I have been a fan of this guy for a long time. And with his tweet coming out, I mean, I think the way I look at it is whether he knew or he didn't know, he admitted to something that is very clearly messed up. And in my position, I would, I sat there and I thought about it like, hey, what if this was a sibling of mine or a daughter, right? How would I feel about that? And I personally would feel that that was a pretty shitty person, regardless of whether I've been a fan of him or not. So I think that at the end of the day, I know there's going to be people out there that's saying, hey, you guys are trying to cancel Doc, all this other crap. But as a grown married man, you should know better than to communicate with somebody who is of a younger age. And he should definitely know better, especially considering his past and the problems he's already had. And the fact that he still did those things, regardless of whether he knew or not, the fact that he did those things, I personally find really gross. It doesn't matter, no matter which way you slice it, it's gross. And it rubs me the wrong way.
I personally outside of him talking to a minor, I don't give a fuck what he does in his personal life. I don't give a shit. I don't watch people on the internet for them to be good people. I don't give a shit. But the more somebody tries to tell me they're a good person, the more I'm worried about what the hell are they doing. Doc never, again, from my limited experience watching him, I don't recall him ever being overly virtuous about like, you have to be a great person and you have to, he's a fucking professional wrestler. That's what he always was. But if he's talking to an underage person, there's no defense for that. There's just none. There's no defense for that. If he's talking to one inappropriately, which by his own words, he did. He did, by his own words, by his own admission, he did.
Right.
And he did not specify if he knew or not, which is still on him.
I just feel like if you're going to take blame for it, and you know that the internet is going to be heated and people are going to be heated, why, if you didn't know, why on earth would you not specify that? There's no reason he shouldn't have not specified that, right?
I don't think he knows about the edit feature. Oh, wait. Yes, he does, because he's edited it about 7 fucking times already, and he still didn't get that clarification out there. So ultimately, the question for everybody is, do you think he's over? Do you think it's done? Do you think he recovers? What do you think the future looks like in a year from now for Dr. Disrespect?
Okay, so this is a little bit complicated, but I feel like if this had have happened when Heel Mike and Zerka weren't just canceled for doing creepy stuff with minors, people would kind of look, people would kind of look over it. But even Kick of all places, gave Heel Mike and Zerka the boot over, and granted, there's two different degrees, but the internet's still sensitive about the whole topic with minors because we just had that happen. So now, due to just the proximity of that incident, I think that it's going to be a lot worse for Doc, even though, let's say he didn't really do stuff, but he didn't do anything, but let's say just talk, or it was a little inappropriate. It's still going to be pretty bad for him. Like, I mean, it's a gross situation over, overall.
The fact is he did it. And in my opinion, that's an inexcusable thing to even engage in remotely sexual conversation.
I think what needs to happen is the chat needs to be released so that we see if he knew, if he didn't know, and if he did find out, if the conversation stopped there. Because if it's one of those things where he found out later on and then that's the end of the conversation, he might have a chance to come back from this in like a year or two. But if he knew from the get-go, it's over.
It's over. Yeah. Like you don't recover from that, in my opinion. Go ahead, Savvy.
Yeah, a very real component is that young girls from the age of 16 to 20 or whatever will lie about their age. The whole parasocial relationship thing is so terrible, and it's only getting worse as we go on. And so that context is important. If he knew the age and kept talking, that makes him a predator. And Twitch is so messed up. Yeah.
We have got to fix this echo. It's driving me crazy.
It's Savvy.
I don't think it's somebody's headphones are too loud is what it is.
I turned mine down.
So Jake, how are your headphones? Are your headphones loud?
Not really.
What's happening is somebody's headphones are picking up on the audio that's coming through, and then it's repurposing through the mic again is what's happening.
I've only heard it just again right now when Savvy was talking.
Savvy, yeah. Now
Test.
All right, go ahead. Keep going now.
Okay.
Keep going. I'll let you know. Sorry, I know it's gonna throw you off your point, so I'm sorry. It was just so much. Yeah. Freaking women, they fuck everything up.
Parasocial relationships bad. If he knew,
we know that. Well, we were at LSU. Yeah. Our biggest thing was the underage girls coming at us because at LSU with the football, you're considered like a god, and all the girls want to, hit you up to have extracurricular activity with you later. And the biggest fear was an underage girl coming at you or someone using the big old arm on you.
And that's why going to Alabama was better because you just had to worry about if they were in your family in Alabama. All right.
Hey, come on now.
I mean, it is true that people do lie about their age all the time. And for most internet websites, you really you can just put in a different birth date, and are they going to tell you you're wrong? Probably not. So
you know what it comes back to is it comes back to parenting. It's always comes back to the parenting of the individual. Go ahead, Savvy. I know you're
climbing up the social
ladder.
I
remembered what I was going to say. The biggest thing here for me is if he knew, that needs to be released, because if he knew the age and continued talking to the individual, that changes the context of everything. It makes him a predator, and it also makes Twitch very, very bad. If they knew and then they didn't say anything and then they paid him money.
Twitch
Either way,
is very bad.
Yeah. Fuck Twitch, no matter what.
Yes.
You're 100% right. All right. But here's the thing: those logs will never be released, and here's why: because it implicates Twitch, that there's a larger problem associated with this, and that
Twitch hit it.
Well, absolutely, they hit it. Right? There's a reason why this took 3 years. We had Legal Mindset on our show today to talk, and these are all really great questions. This first happened in 2017. That's earlier than we all thought. Right? That's based off of Doc's account of this. It's his tweet. 2020 is when he was fired, released from his contract, right? So 3 years happened. They knew about this for 3 years, but there was some sort of legal thing happening in there which caused that to happen. But yes, Twitch is up a creek without a paddle in this situation, and they're in a no-win situation, because if they come out, they can't just release the logs, right? Because if they release the logs, it implicates them that there's a larger issue across the entire platform, which opens up Pandora's box for potential lawsuits. They did not do good enough job with their product. And here's the thing: it's not just Twitch, it's Amazon. You got to remember that. Think about the parent company, because you're not talking about Twitch. You're talking about Amazon. You're talking about one of the biggest companies in the world. And yes, they will fight it. And yes, they have unlimited resources. But at the end of the day, they do not want to open that box, man. And people will say, he didn't know, or like, what's the criminal action of talking to a minor, right? And number one, that's creepy, right? For you to say that, because Doc in his post said that they were, in his words, I think it was borderline inappropriate, right? Like, a grown man should not be having anything remotely considered close to inappropriate conversations with children.
That's what I was saying.
Replace the word minor with children, and that's how you should feel about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
And I was about to say, but here's the issue, and I think we can kind of, we can go around the definition of saying, yes, I was talking to him, or him saying, yes, I was talking to a minor. Let me go ahead and rephrase that. The clip gods are out here, but we can go on and on and on and on about that. But the point is, like, there were so many better ways to phrase that. Like, if it was, hey, I was talking to somebody and they turned out to be underage. Or something like that, and God, I can hear the echo. But I'm trucking on. I'm locking in.
How about everybody just mute when you're not talking, so we can try to figure this out? Go ahead.
Yeah, but I mean, he could have said, "Hey, I am talking to somebody, and that person we found out was underage after the fact." Like, it doesn't throw Amazon or Twitch under the bus, and that's just a better way to word it. Instead, he literally just said it after how many edits, Jeremy? How many edits did he have? Because it was a shit ton.
How many what?
Edits.
Oh, there was like 4 or 5 that I know of, and it kept changing. Like, they just kept getting edited. I don't know how many edits you can have on a tweet, but he maximized it.
He was testing it, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's the type of statement. Like, I haven't made a lot of statements that I've had to really worry about, but if I've ever had to make any type of statement that I knew it needed to be as clear as possible, I type it up on like my notes on my phone, and I kind of just go over it. And then when I put it on Twitter or put it on Facebook or put it in an email, it's like, okay, it's done. Like, this dude's like typing it as it's going, and I'm like, that's probably not the best idea. You probably should have thought about this. You probably should have went over this. You probably shouldn't have emotionally react to it. I've emotionally react to stuff, so I know how that is. So yeah, it wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look to keep editing it. I reacted to the edited version that didn't have minor in it in my video. So when I'm reacting to it, he says, I interacted with an individual. So then in my video, I was like, well, we need to know, like, was it an underage person or whatever? And then, like, I get done, and then my comment section is like, he edited it. He put minor. I'm like, what the fuck? He edited it after my video?
It's a pretty big word edit.
So
yes.
His lawyers dropped the ball on that post.
Yeah.
Going back to
That's
whether
what it comes
he's
down
done
to,
or
is
not,
his
it's the
problem.
fact that his boys, that Tim and Nick, that they both condemned him. Like,
Well,
before, he got dropped by his game, the Midnight Society, and he's been dropped by Turtle Beach as well. And now his boys, Tim and Nick, like, that's who we played games with. That's who we played multiplayer games with. And I know everybody's playing Elden Ring right now, which is a single player game, but his boys, his crew have now, like, Doc, it's going to be hard for him to come back. Even if some of this stuff, if the chats are released and he didn't know the age, his boys, like, once you're condemned, once all this stuff happens on Twitter, whether he's innocent or not, whether he didn't know, I'm not saying he's not innocent, because obviously he came out and said that he did it, whether he knew or not, Twitter's forever, and he's going to forever be attached to this. And since his buddies went out and condemned him, he's probably done, man.
My only problem with was it Tim and Nick though, was they posted their videos at the same time. So I hate that it comes off that they like cooperated. Like,
they were both talking about it.
When we post it, yeah, and it's just kind of like,
I do want to.
How you really feel, like, post it when you want. Don't make it seem like you're talking behind everyone's backs, trying to plan out this proper posting time. So
I do want to point out something for the Tim and Nick stuff. I watch all 3 of them. But with Tim, I know this probably actually is disturbing for him, because for anybody who doesn't know, he had a big background in social work with families and children. And so this type of thing he's talked about it before, is very, like, disturbing to him, period. And so you could actually tell, like, in my opinion, from his video, he looked visually upset. Like, he looked upset. Nick, obviously, he's coming from it as a perspective of being a parent, especially a newer parent, and so a lot of his opinions have recently come from that. And I mean, I'm the same way, right? You know, it definitely puts things in perspective when you have that element in your life. And, you know, and I see there's a lot of people in the chat that are frustrated for me having this opinion, but at the end of the day, you got to look at
it. Get him, Frost. Let's go.
You gotta look at it from that perspective. You have to look at it from that perspective. I know not everybody has that perspective, but it is important, and it's important to look through that lens, especially as a parent, and things like that. Because, like, what if that was your child?
I'm curious how you see any comments about you in between all the comments about Jay, because that's the entire chat. Like, the entire chat's about Jay.
I will say this about Tim, though. He looked upset a lot too, because all of his content lately has been him reacting to Doc.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's losing a massive content.
That's what I think he's upset about. That's what I think he's upset about.
I just watched a video now where he's reacting to him getting reacted by Doc, reacting to him.
He has always reacted to Doc, though. I mean, that's what they've done as buddies for a long time.
What I don't like about it,
he's lost it.
What I don't like about it is these guys who obviously know Doc on a personal level are making videos going, yeah, well, I've heard what you guys have heard, and if this is true, and it's like, why don't you call your boy and say, bro, well, I got to address this. And before I address this, you need to tell me what the fuck's going on, because I'm be real with me, because the internet's going crazy. But these guys they're performative, and I don't like that.
I want to
go ahead.
I want to point something out.
Okay.
I do want to point something out about Nick. So another thing, I don't want to be flying to the defense of Nick Merckx all the time, but it's true. I was watching a stream yesterday, and at the end of the stream, people are asking him, like, hey, what is your opinion on the Doc situation? This is before anything else came out. And he said, guys, I understand that you have this perspective that Doc and I are really great friends. And he said, I want to point out that that's not true. He said, we never talk to each other on the phone. They have a group chat where they message each other if they want to play something like Call of Duty. But he's like, the guy's never online. He's never online playing games when we want to play, and things along those lines. So he said, like, hey, I'm not great friends with him. And I think people think that about Nick and about Tim. Tim, I think, is probably a little closer to Doc than Nick. But from everything Nick was saying on his stream, it sounds to me like they're more of just acquaintances, good acquaintances that have played games in the past. Doesn't sound like he's got this deep personal relationship with them.
I could see that. I can definitely see that. I guess
just
like
speculation.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, get him, Jay. No, but like,
I mean, okay, it's coming from his mouth, though. I mean, it's not like we're just assuming.
But is he saying it after the heat started to kind of turn up a little bit?
No, this was before anything. Nick had already said, like, hey, I support Doc until evidence proves me wrong.
No. But what I'm saying though was his statements about how I don't know the guy as well as people think after the controversy started.
Well, yeah, that's
exactly.
It was in response to that,
right?
Yeah.
So my point being is he had no problem with people thinking that they were close when it was beneficial. But the moment that he needed to clarify that I don't know this guy well is because controversy started. So again, it's performative bullshit. So it's like, I will take my own situation. So whenever I had my controversy, the Zack Snyder thing, people that there's obviously people in my inner circle that already had communication with me, but then there's other people that I wasn't directly in contact with, like Star Wars Theory. I don't talk to Star Wars Theory all the time. Theory hit me up that night. Hey, bro, what happened? The quartering, and I had never had a private phone call until that happened, and Quartering hit me up. He's like, hey, talk me through what happened so I understand. I want to make a video. Also had other people that know me that never reached out to me that made videos off of it and didn't have a fucking clue what they were talking about. And that's fine. Like, make the content, but at least it shows me who you are as a person. So you can reach out to somebody and at least go, like, make me understand what's happening here before I talk about it publicly. It doesn't mean you're right or wrong in any perspective, but those guys have had no problem with the perception that them and Doc were tight because it benefited them financially, socially, all of that shit. And now that, this has all happened, now suddenly it's like, I didn't know the guy that well. And they probably didn't. They probably didn't know the guy that well, but they had no problem with this because they're worried. They belong in this fucking world where all the optics have to fucking matter. Like I don't live in that world. I don't care. Like, look what just happened recently with Nick Rekieta. Now, did I make videos about Nick Rekieta? No. I did address it later on, but I texted Nick after it happened. And I'm not going to get into any conversations that may or may not have happened, but I personally texted like, hey, bro, what's up? But I made one statement based on a public response that had happened with Nick, but not any internal shit or whatever, because I don't know anything. I don't know Nick that well, but I at least had a relationship with him, but I didn't make videos of it. Do you know what type of views were out there for Rekieta? Because fuck, I did. There was a lot. And but I just, whatever. I'm not saying you're right or wrong for doing it or not doing it. I'm just saying, like, there's ways to do it, and there's ways that are going to be beneficial or not beneficial. And those guys, to me, are coming off very disingenuous right now with how they're reacting. Their videos are uploading at the same time, and they're basically saying the same thing. That's why I don't like it. Sure. They're playing it very safe for sure. What do you think, Jay?
I think it's a terrible situation, but
Jake's laughing at us.
Handsome Jay, he mogs the panel.
It's here, dude. I just love it.
He handled this.
Just crickets. All right, good talk, Jay.
Y'all can't hear me.
We got you. We got you.
Jay, are you there? Are you...
He's got the stream delay in his headphones, dude.
All right, Jay, go ahead.
I'm muted.
Add some insight.
The sad reality is that the internet will make you very, very rich and make you feel like you're somebody that you're not, that you can get away with something probably without any repercussions. But the internet will also, if he gets technically canceled over this and he wants to come back, somebody will give him a platform.
Oh,
and there's people online now that should not be. Probably
that is
shouldn't
true.
be streaming right now because of some terrible things that they've done. And a year or two goes by, they have an audience again.
He will have an audience. He definitely won't have an audience of the size he has, but he will always have an audience. You're right about that.
Yeah, there's always going to be fans. I mean, there's always going to be people that
you are right about that.
Chris Brown.
Yeah, exactly. Chris Brown.
Chris Brown's a well-known woman beater. So.
Dude, hey, have you seen people have been detonating their relationships to get a picture with Chris Brown? Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, the girl that got her fiance like called off their marriage because of it or something.
IRL super chats right there, man. Hey, good on him. Good on him. But you know, this thing, I don't think we're done with this story at all. I think the story is going to continue to evolve. There's going to be more come out. I think that I could say this confidently, and this is nobody looks good in this situation. Twitch looks bad. Doc looks bad. But you know who else looks bad? These esports reporters that sat on this for 4 years and didn't say shit. And a lot of them are male feminists, by the way. A lot of them will sit there and talk about how we must respect women and we must be virtuous and we must call out bad behavior when it's there. And they sat on this information for 4 years.
Well, and a lot of them are pretending that they knew more than they actually did.
That is true.
They also don't care until it benefits them at the end of the day, which sucks because, like, this is bad behavior that is going on for a long time. But at the end of the day, there's so many people out there that only care just to make a big deal, about it on the internet. But, like, I don't know. I mean, it's just
I understand that everybody's bringing up this. There's an email going around. That email has not been confirmed at all, and that's why I have not addressed it. I know a lot of people have mentioned that email and saying Jeremy hasn't seen the email. I have seen the email. I saw the email hours and hours ago, and I don't see. I'm not saying it's fake per se. I don't see anything that makes me believe it's real at this point. I don't know if it's been confirmed as fake, but it's certainly that I was very like, I don't know about. So I did see the email. And I have seen nothing to tell me that it's actually legit, so I'm not reading it.
Having been trained in like locating phishing emails and fake emails, period, there's a lot of red flags on that email in terms of it being real.
The email itself, like the actual email address.
No one writes like that either. Like no one I don't know what the right word is I'm looking for. I'm flustered.
I saw like because the quartering pulled it up earlier and was reading it, and he said the same thing. I'm not sure if it's real at all, and that's fine. I don't like. It just didn't when I saw quartering reading it, I'm like, I don't think this is real. Quartering was like 50-50, like I don't know if this is legit or not. So it's just, we'll see. I'd already gotten, an edited fucking tweet that I'd read that I made a judgment on. I'm like, I don't want to do anything else until it's confirmed right now. Because I was really aggravated about that. And so I was like, whatever, I'm going to leave that alone.
I think this whole situation is a red flag on every party.
Yep.
And even people making like quick accusations of like all that stuff just needs to be looked at, to be honest. Why the freak would someone come out there and say, if you come to my band and watch me play, I'll tell you the reason why Doc was banned.
Absolutely horrible behavior.
That should be looked at too.
Yeah, dude, he's a scumbag as well.
Because you want to know something? Because other people, if he were to get financial gain, other people will make a bunch of crap about others and do the same thing.
Yep.
So it's like,
I'm glad you brought that up.
If we don't get control of all this, it's like they'll just find the next guy that they don't like and do the same thing, whether they did something or not, which is
so Cody, just that way, all the information's there. Cody verified his Twitter account this month.
To get the monetization,
and
right?
He qualifies for at minimum $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean,
there you go.
Yeah.
I do want to point out to everybody that like I don't condone all the nonsense that Twitch employees are doing in order to bring all this stuff up now. I know it may seem like it because I'm frustrated about the Doc situation, but that's just me as a fan who has been a fan for a long time. The fact that it's swept under the rug is frustrating enough, but I mean, it's everything involved with it is frustrating. The Twitch employees, the responses, all of it is annoying and it's frustrating and it's pretty freaking depressing.
Yes.
Okay.
Just don't put people on a pedestal that you don't know.
I don't want to say anything,
Jay, it's not the fact that I put people on a pedestal. It's the fact that I, regardless of whether I know anybody or not, it's a personality element of mine. I connect with people regardless of whether I know them or I don't. So if people are having issues, I feel that regardless. And so it's not, at the end of the day, I don't worship anybody. Hero worship, one of the worst things you can do. But I hate seeing people's lives ruined one way or another because that makes me sad, right? It makes me sad that people's lives get ruined, period. It's not hero worship, and I'm not putting them on a pedestal. I just care about them because they're human beings at the end of the day, and we should all have a little bit more care for the human beings in our lives. So,
we've seen this before with athletes as well, like Kobe Bryant. He had that whole thing where he cheated on his wife, and that girl was very young as well. He faced a lot of heat for it, and then Kobe Bryant was beloved, even like this is well before he passed away. And then Tom Brady had an affair on his wife, who he had a child with, and with Giselle, left that relationship, and then he faced a lot of heat for getting a relationship with Giselle, and he came out on the other end, and Tom Brady is beloved as well. So this isn't the first time that we've seen something horrible happen to people that we look up to, not just streamers but athletes. Like these people are human. So it just sucks to see all around. It's very fucking depressing.
Jay, did you have a counterpoint to Ben? And by the way, Rumble's up and running now. I think I finally fucking got it working. Go ahead, Jay.
You're letting a person who plays video games online affect your daily life. That's a form of worship. I'm sorry to tell you that. That's something there. If you are letting someone that is entertaining you affect you sadly, and you're depressed and you're down about it and all that, then that's
I get affected by everybody. I get affected by everybody. Doesn't matter if they're streamer or not a streamer. In fact, I'm
reacting to what you said, man.
Right.
So
regardless of that fact, I'm not gonna sit here and support all of Doc's stuff anymore. That's not because at the end of the day, you did something that I don't agree with. Period. That's it. We're done. Right.
But do you know that for a fact?
I mean,
what if he didn't know? So is the problem that he messaged a minor, or the fact that he was unfaithful to his wife?
And that's the thing
All
that
of
we
the
need to
above.
find out.
Well, he was already unfaithful to his wife before, and you were still
Yes.
supporting him.
So what we certainly know is that he was unfaithful to his wife again. Maybe not physically, but emotional.
And my
emotional
thing is, who
cheating
fucking cares?
right there.
If he's entertaining you on a video game stream, who cares? I think the line would be if he's trying to go after, like if he's actively talking to someone that he knows is underage, I think that is the changer for everything. But if your line is that the guy that I watch play video games might be a shitty guy in real life, guess what? You're going to be disappointed 100 times out of 100
because
times.
everybody is a human being and everybody
is
problems.
fucking retarded.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody has problems. No, but the talking to a minor stuff definitely strikes a little bit of a different chord for sure.
And that's what it boils down to. Whether or not when these chats get released, if he knew at the time when he was talking to this person, if he knew that she was underage, if he was misled, and even if he was misled and then later found out that she was underage and then continued the conversation, that's what we need to find out.
Yes. And
but we all know those chats are never going to see the light of day.
No,
they might.
I heard the quartering. So quartering's been in contact with a lot of people. I heard the quartering say earlier that I don't think that we're ever going to see those based on the information he has. And the quartering's been pretty on point about everything. It's not to say he's 100% on it, but I think that these chats, I think the chats are probably going to be very bad for everybody involved. They would probably be... They might be better for Doc than anybody because it might show that like this whole thing has, again, hypothetically, I don't know. But there's a reason it hasn't been released. But I'll go back to what Savvy said in the beginning of this whole thing. And it's the same point as Vince McMahon, Johnny fucking Depp or whatever. Like it's like they will take you down in a fucking minute. All right. Now, if Vince was friends with the Clintons, I don't think that would have happened, okay? But at the same time, Johnny Depp wished for the assassination of President Trump. They still took him down.
Wait, did he?
Oh, yeah. He had to backtrack. He said it publicly.
He was live on stage doing some type of... He had like a guest speaking thing, and he goes, it'd be funny to me. You know what I'd really enjoy is if somebody were to, do something horrible to the president of the United States. And this was during the time that Trump was in office.
Yeah. And so do I think Vince McMahon's a piece of shit? Absolutely, I do. I think Vince McMahon I'm a wrestling fan. Vince McMahon is a psychopath. All right. 100%. All right. So I'm not disputing that. But you know who else is a psychopath? Harvey Weinstein. You know how long he was protected in Hollywood and everybody knew what he was about? A long time. Meryl Streep said Harvey Weinstein is God in front of a room full of Hollywood people that knew exactly what he was. And that whole room stood up and applauded when they knew what he was all about. That's the world we're in. Go ahead, Craig.
Yeah. So a couple things, right? Number one, people who are calling DACA a pedo, right? I hope there's as passionate about the actual things that we're seeing from actual pedos, like in Hollywood as they are with Doc, right? Like, just if you're gonna have a line, that's the line. Awesome, but don't pick and choose because one guy thinks a certain way versus another. I was also doing a little research while we were talking. This, according to Doc and his post today, he said this happened in 2017. You know what else happened in 2017? Well, he cheated on his wife, right? That's according to Doc in December 14th, 2017. And there were other rumors associated with when that came down as well. So, and if you just start putting together the timeline, and once again, this is all speculative, but I'm just going to put together a timeline here. Doc started streaming 2014, 2015, right? Started gaining notoriety. At that point, he'd become the streamer of the year, right? This is a guy who won the Trending Gamer Award at the Video Game Awards in 2017. He was on top of the world. He felt untouchable, right? He felt like his shit didn't stink. And when you reach that point, that's when you run into issues. And I think his ego got in the way, and he's like, no one's ever going to catch me. And guess what? He got caught. So I think he reached at a certain point to where He started thinking nothing could be touched, started maybe having some conversations with people that he probably shouldn't have had conversations with, thinking nothing was going to happen. And ultimately something bad happened, and you always get caught. Always. So it's, and people say caught with what? He's a 35-year-old dude talking to a child.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more clear you could possibly see. People say, well, 17 is not a child. In the state of California, where he's having that conversation, it is 18 years old. So yes, he was talking to a child. I'm sorry. That's the reality of it. Replace minor with child, and it's fucked up.
Yep. And I know there's a lot of people that are not wanting to accept this, and I totally get it. But these are Doc's words that we are using. Doc's words, his tweet, his words, he said it. And he said that the conversation was somewhat or could have been deemed as inappropriate, moving towards inappropriate. And he did not specify if he knew if this person was or wasn't, but he specified that the person was underage. Those are his words. That's all we have to go on is his words, and it ain't a good look. It ain't a good look at all. So what a crazy story. All right. So we have a lot of, go ahead.
I was going to say, that's why I said there's a lot more questions now than answers. It's wild.
Yes, absolutely. And, we've got a lot more to talk about. We got a guy on the panel named Jake who found himself in some interesting crosshairs this weekend. And it's been fun to watch for sure. I've been I've been enjoying watching your Twitter kind of explode for sure, because it's been wild. But, at the end of the day, this is going to be a very divided topic no matter what. It's like walking on the Thunderdome is Twitter right now. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what side of the equation you're on. If you have an opinion on this topic, you are going to get fired up and you're going to get a bunch of replies. Let me see if I can find this picture that I tweeted really quick, because I mean, this kind of does put in perspective. And just so you guys know, again, I do have Rumble up and running finally, so I apologize for the delay on that. But right here, this is it. Every tweet you make, this is Twitter right here. So you just need to understand, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, that this is it. And there's not a right or wrong opinion in the world of Twitter. You're gonna get heat no matter what. So it's pretty phenomenal to see how it all plays out. Go ahead.
I'm about to say, bold take, Jeremy. Bold take here. Twitter is infinitely more toxic now since Elon Musk purchased it.
It is. I agree.
And man, we're here. The asylum doors have been loosened, and it's a shit show.
It is. It's so much worse, and I love it.
Word to everybody. Word to everybody. You must be an amoral psychopath to be able to wade in Twitter waters. So leave your conscience at the door. Please stop taking stuff personally. This is the current year of our Lord 2024. It's a shit show regardless. So
yeah, absolutely.
Here we go, guys.
Make sure you're wearing your helmet when you get on Twitter.
Yes,
super
absolutely.
Chats?
Yeah, let's read some super chats really quick, and then we're going to get into our next topic.
Very early, Tonberry Master with a $50 says nothing. Valkyria Winter with a $50 says, ooh woo, jiggling boobs. Hail the 199, just normal what?
Ooh.
Calm down, chat.
Spot on.
Ooh woo. Ooh woo.
Ooh woo.
Ooh woo.
Ooh. Oh, her mouth is full.
Ooh woo.
Ooh woo, jiggling boobs. Hail the 199, just normal men, and as always, skull. And lock it in. No homo just yet. Sounds good. Hayden with a $50 says, what the actual F is going on the internet today? It's crazy out there.
It is. And ultimately, it does come back to one thing and one thing only: parenting. That's it. Parenting. Your kids shouldn't be on the internet unsupervised. That's fact.
Yeah, so don't be a crappy parent.
Yeah. I mean, and that is the easiest answer to every single one of these problems, but it's also the most complicated answer because there's a lot of bad parents out there. But I have to, like, when I'm online, I'm not having, like, I stay away from any private conversations that are not specific to like, hey, sharing some information of like, hey, you should cover this topic, you should cover that topic, whatever. I don't get into any conversations like that. If there are kids that are watching these streams, if they're watching them without the consent of their parents, that is on the parents. If they are watching it with the consent of the parents, then that's perfectly fine. And ultimately, that is not my responsibility. That is not your responsibility. That is the parents' responsibility. If the parents are failing to do that, then that is an issue for sure. So ultimately, whoever this person was that was messaging Dr. Disrespect, outside of, Doc being caught up in, it could be a situation where he had no idea. I don't know. But the parent should have known exactly what the kid was doing. It's a failure of parenting.
Statement.
Okay, go for it.
The human brain does not fully develop until the age of 25. Given the world that we live in today, nobody under the age of 25 belongs on the internet because the worst fucking takes come from people who are under the age of fucking 25 as well.
Oh boy.
That is not
true. Yeah.
That's not controversial at all. That is 100% accurate right there. You are correct. Some people, I mean, I don't know if mine's fully developed at this point. Most of the internet probably says it's not based on some of the heat I get, but you are correct. You are correct. All right, go ahead, Beardo.
Thank you, Hayden, for that 50. The Exalted Patriarch for a $50. Says, after 4 years banned from Twitter, I'm finally back on. Hail Elon. Can a brother get some G&G followers for a 50? Please and thank you. And his Twitter is at the Patriarchus 601, spelled PATRIARCHUS 601. Thank you for the $50. Not George Floyd for a $20.
Just to confirm my comments, some people said my brain isn't fully developed yet, and then a bunch of people in the comments were saying it's not, Jeremy, and I'm like, what do they mean it's not? Oh yeah, it's not fully developed. So it took me a minute to catch up. So you're right, it's not. I was like,
you're from Alabama, it probably never will be. There's probably some cousins doing battle right down in Chino.
Oh man, good stuff.
Thank you, thank you, the Exalted Patriarch for a 50. Not George Floyd for a $20. Savvy, you're so pretty, you take my breath away. Various crazy people for a $10. So deflated from the Dr. Disrespect news, the Disney news, and now we get to watch Headland's favorite episode of Lesbian Quest. I need some laughs or some Jim Beam. Thank you for the $10. Even Beardo for a $2 says, is gay. Appreciate it. Atlanta Falcons for a $1.99 says, Lay and Ben is still the biggest fig. Linko Kenobi for a $10. What's up, guys? Hey, Jeremy. James O'Keefe just released a part 2 info on Disney and it's another employee of Disney. Check it out. I'll be discussing it tomorrow morning. Hail the 109. Have fun. TAFNME. LOL.
I will make a video probably about that one, a reaction video, and I just saw that we got a 50 gifted membership.
Let's go!
From I'm trying to scroll down. I don't know. Somebody tell me who it is. I'm scrolling down to the bottom now.
It was
Tribish Moss. There we go. 50 gifted memberships, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for that.
Legend.
Appreciate that, man. Really do. Thank you so much for all the love you give this chat. And I know we've got a lot of new people here. Usually main event gets, about 3,000 to 4,000 people. We had over 5,000 earlier. So welcome. We are very toxic. We're very retarded. And that's the way we like it around here. So Jay taught us well.
Oh, yeah.
You're muted, Jay.
You're muted.
Muted.
I just realized that the title had
You mean I've
Acolyte
been muted
episode
this
5
whole freaking time?
Yes. Yeah. Do what?
I've been muted for like the past 20 minutes.
I mean,
Yes.
probably.
I didn't say much.
Well, you're the only reason Jake the Vikings here. So
That's right. Just get it. Don't get
Fair
it twisted.
point.
What do you mean, Jay? You've been spitting this whole time, bro. I'm like, dang, this man is.
Wait,
Well,
is
the chat agrees.
Beardo's trying to take credit for it, Jay. Look at this. Beardo's trying to take
The
credit.
fuck are we talking about? Me and Jake were playing Helldivers literally 2 nights ago. What were we?
We were. Did y'all know Beardo abandoned me at Rockville?
This is not true.
Oh, wow.
This is
I
not
never
true.
abandoned Jake. We always hung
Fake
out.
Wow.
news. Fake news.
See,
No,
Beardo
you
said
just-
literally, like he added a W. It was so
Widow,
cute.
chat quip it.
We're playing last night.
Wait,
Widow,
so,
we
so,
played 2 nights ago. Chat quip it.
so you stabbed so you stabbed Jake in the back? So should we call you Mr. Beardo, like Mr. Beast?
Oh,
Hold on. I got a bone to pick real quick. Why does it say that under my recent activity that Beardo just subscribed to my YouTube channel?
Oh,
What's up with that, brother?
It always comes out.
That must have been a weird mistake because I was definitely
Your
subscribed
recent
for
activity,
forever.
Subscribers, fear the Beardo. Right there.
That must have been from.
You think you know
Forever
people?
Did you unsubscribe and resubscribe then?
Were you like flexing on him? You're like, just so you know, I can unsubscribe.
I didn't do
so I'm
nothing. I didn't do
kinda,
nothing.
It's kind of mean. It's kind of
Jake,
mean.
check that again real quick, Jake. Would you mind checking that again?
Uh-oh.
Whatever.
Check it again. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Should say side scrollers just subscribed as well.
So what I was doing was I was looking for Jake's gaming channel the other night, and it says I wasn't subscribed, and I subscribed, but I thought I subscribed to his gaming channel.
It's crazy. It says right here, June 24th, 2024. Fear the Beardo. Subscribe.
I must have been unsubscribed and
Right
then
here.
subscribed to your main channel when I was looking for your gaming channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That sounds about wrong, but that's okay.
It's all in good support. Ministry of Wrong Thing for a back-to-back 20s with a two-parter. So for a $40, look, I'm not a coping doc cock jockey, but something has been bugging me about this. Doc stuff leaked to Twitch. Twitch, while supposedly having the clear damning proof deliberately for 3 years before banning the doc, Doc sued Twitch despite proof. They paid him in a settlement despite having proof. Doc now admits to it, yet there's not been criminal charges despite admitting to a crime he was not acquitted to nor is immune to.
Well, okay, so
Red
you
flags
had
all around.
there's red flags all around. Craig, didn't you have Legal Mindset on today?
We did, yes.
What did he say about the fact that Doc had this lawsuit that would have obviously opened up any of this discussion about anything? What did he have to say about that? Because I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Yeah, the long and short of it is there's a reason why things haven't come out. And a lot of it is I think the reason why the settlement was made and he got paid out in full is because Twitch has more skeletons in the closet. I mean, in so many.
So because they settled out of court, correct?
Right. I believe that's the case.
Okay.
I believe that's the case. But and apparently it was in full. So it's one of those things where once again we're dealing with not just Twitch but Amazon as a whole, and Twitch has been going through all sorts of chaos this whole time. And their reputation has been sullied through all this. I mean, think about all the things that are happening on their platform. You have, it's been a hellfire. I mean, it's almost as bad as Kick. But yeah, this whole thing with Legal Mindset, he did such a good job of articulating the ins and outs of this. And I don't think that we're going to see really the details of this. There's a very small percentage chance of us actually knowing the truth behind all of this. And as was pointed out earlier, nobody in this situation looks good, whether it's Doc, whether it's Twitch, whether it's the dude pimping for his band. 0% of people look good in this situation. And even the minor girl, she looks horrible in this situation. Everybody does. So
yeah, I mean, I guess to the point of the super chat, it does lend to the argument, because again, we're trying to be as fair as possible. I am only taking Doc's words on how my judgment of this situation has went, and in his words, he said his tweet does not play well for him. I think he thought that the tweet was going to come over well for him. The tweet was absolutely fucking horrific for him, and so I'm taking his words. But if we look at it, if he was truly guilty of something horrible in these DMs, why did he sue Twitch? Because that would open him up to be exposed.
That's the biggest question.
You know what I mean?
He needed to include
there. Am I missing something?
He needed to include one thing with that tweet he made today, was the fact that he didn't know that she was a minor at the time. That would have cleared almost everything up.
Yes, such a simple thing.
He didn't do it.
put in there.
Yeah, that would have been a very simple thing for him to add to it. And it's obviously something he can still add to this point, and he isn't. And the internet is going crazy. Everybody's responding to this.
Well, I mean, at this point, if he added it now, would people really believe him?
There's still going to be people that attack him no matter what.
I will say this. People like us would 1000% appreciate it. And the people that already hate him are going to believe whatever the fuck they want to believe, regardless as to what the truth is. But there are people that are level-headed that are just saying, like, we just want to know what happened and we want to know specifics. And this to me is this is the crucial issue. Did you know? Because I think anybody with a working brain, if they hear him say, yes, I did this. No, I did not know at the time that the person was this age. When I found out, I separated myself from the situation.
Correct.
Yes, when I was unaware, inappropriate things were said. I think most normal people that are going to look at this and go, all right, that guy fucked up. It happens. It's not good, but it's also not horrible as we thought. That's what I think most level-headed people will say. The pronouns and bio crowd, they've already decided they hated this guy 4 years ago, because their NPC download told them that they were supposed to hate him. You're never going to win that crowd over. You're never going to do it. That's why you never should worry about those fucking weirdos. So you're talking about people that think with a level head and think like, okay, I get it. It's fucked up. Guy seems like a shitty kind of guy in his private life, but he's pretty fun to watch because he is a professional wrestler. That's what he is. He's a gimmick. That's who he is. Are you going to stop watching professional wrestling because you found out your professional favorite wrestler is a piece of shit? Well, guess what? You should have stopped watching a long time ago if that was the case. Did you think Ric Flair was a great guy behind the scenes? Because Ric Flair is even worse behind the scenes in terms of, the persona.
And
That's who he is.
I said this before, but he's played a character his entire streaming career. So he puts a mask on every day. He's a clown. He dances, right? And at a certain point, that's really old, and the lines start to blend a little bit, which I think is what kind of draws people to, shows like this, is that we are who we are. At a certain point, we're just like, okay, enough of the gimmick, and he's had this mask on the entire time. And you're right. There's always, if you think that he actually plays video games and screams and yells as much as he does in character, I mean, come on, right? But there is an element to this, like the Dr. Disrespect character is about masculinity. It's about toxicity. It's about all the things that are not kosher in the video game space right now. These are all bad things: toxicity, manliness, muscles, flaunting. And I think that the celebration of this from some people is insane. Like, nobody should be celebrating this. Yeah, it's a really fucked up thing, but like, nobody should be celebrating it. Like, said it all along. If he did bad things, wood chipper, awesome, do it in Minecraft. But this is the mask has come off. It slipped off, and everyone will eventually have that mask off moment.
Yeah, and I'm just saying the memes are fucking crazy right now on Twitter. I don't know if you guys are seeing the Doc memes, but they are out of control. I mean, they are. Huh?
I've laughed at a few. I feel bad for laughing because it's a serious situation.
Oh my God.
They're out of control, bro.
Yeah, you're done when the memes.
They are out of control right now. The memes are insane. So, yeah, just saying, memes are gonna. That's the internet, man. That's the internet for you. And this one's pretty good too. So.
Dang.
The basketball player is pretty bad. If you know that story, it's
Yep.
you know.
God.
That's all I have to say.
Oh, so bad.
See there, I just can't believe they didn't do the cupcake one though. They should have had a cupcake in the EDP meme. Like, look, I don't care one way or the other about what's going on. Like, I really don't give a shit. But all I'm gonna say from a unbiased spectator perspective, when you're getting memed on this hard, and when people are literally having you trend and making memes about you, yeah, you might be cooked. I don't care how autistic your fan base is, bro. It might be over,
bro. Oh my God! Holy shit!
The one thing the internet will always remain undefeated on is the memes.
Jeez,
they're so fast.
Jeez, man. Wow. But that's the internet for you, and it's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse. And with his stream the other day where he was talking about quitting and everything like that, in my opinion, and you guys tell me what you think in chat. I want you to obviously add what you think. I view YouTube different than what I would deem social media like Twitter or Facebook. I don't view YouTube as a social media platform. I view YouTube as my television, like that's TV. But I don't view it as social media. I view Twitter and Facebook and Instagram as social media. Do you guys view it that way, or am I off base there?
I view it like a streaming service.
He half-heartedly lumped them together.
Yeah, he did. And what I'm saying though is, like, do you guys think that? Do you guys view them the same, or because for me,
I do not.
If I'm getting tired of like a lot of stuff, I think getting away from Twitter is the key to happiness.
Yes, it really is. Like, dude, you have so many fucking Twitter employees basically saying like, "Oh, checking Twitter is mental health." No, it's not.
No, that is the worst thing for your mental health.
Yeah,
literally. I've seen so many people spiral on Twitter. It's not even funny, man. People act like it's just, and it sucks to say, people are afraid to say what it's become. I mean, it's become more of a cesspool. Let's be honest. It's just a entertaining cesspool.
Yeah. I mean, Twitter is designed to make you fight. It's designed to make you quote tweet to your audience so you can get your followers to dogpile on someone else because of their bad take. Like, Twitter is designed for fighting. And Malcolm said it. It has gotten so much worse under Elon, and by worse I mean better, but I mean worse. It's kind of like, it's just so bad. It's brutal. It really is.
Every day is like watching a million car wrecks. Twitter is the new Call of Duty lobbies in 2024.
That's what I was going to say. You take the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies from back in the day and just move them into a social media. That's what Twitter is.
Yeah, it really is.
In about 10 years, 15 years from now, people be like, you weren't alive for Twitter in 2024.
Back in my day, we had Twitter.
All right,
real man on that website.
Let's get a couple more.
Let's do it. TB Sassy Pants with the $10. Is it me, or do Fear the Beardo and Jake the Viking look like Viking warrior brothers?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's wild, huh? Imagine.
Why would you think that?
Joey for a $20. This doctor disrespect situation looks bad for all involved. There's no one innocent in this case. Hope they all get the book thrown in their faces.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Like Jay said,
it's a little severe.
It's red flags all around.
I just feel like Twitch isn't getting any of the backlash that they should be.
Yeah,
like
because ultimately, if and this is where the Doc's argument is probably the strongest. If he did do something next level, wouldn't Twitch have turned it over to the authorities?
Yep. Everybody should have.
Yeah.
Not just
That's
Twitch.
where Doc's argument is the strongest.
Right. If Twitch knew, if these journalists knew, otherwise they're compliant with this whole thing.
That's why I say I think he's got something on Twitch. That's the only way that situation makes any sense, is that Doc has some serious dirt on Twitch, and that's why it was settled, and everybody's just like, we're just not going to say shit.
100% agree. 100% agree.
There's another thing to this too that I've been dwelling on. So Doc's statement does not match Cody's. Cody specifically used sexting and soliciting the minor.
Mm-hmm.
He made it as bad as possible.
And that is criminal. That would be a criminal offense.
Yeah, because so what Doc did was wrong. What he admitted to was wrong, but there are also degrees of wrong in the court of law as well. Flirting and talking sexually is different from sexting and is different from soliciting. So until another person comes out with who is directly involved in the situation, we still just won't know.
Yeah, and I think we all can agree that Cody guy's a piece of shit. That's pretty much a given at this point in time. That guy with his behavior and how he was just throwing around like, oh, if we get this, and the fact that Slasher the esports reporter, was at one of his events, and Slasher's the one that started all this bullshit with like, for several hours now, I've been told by multiple sources that, you know, blah, 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 blah. And of course, that Slasher guy, you can look that clown up, male feminist. Holy shit. Very virtuous male feminist piece of garbage. And so there's just so much to this. There's so many moving parts to this.
On Slasher, again, important context, he deleted recently a 2023 tweet responding to Cody's little, "Oh, I get crazy when I'm at these events. If we sell out, I'll talk about why he was banned." And Slasher has a tweet responding to that stating, "Oh, better buy up all the tickets then." If he knew the fucked up allegations, why the fuck did he say that? Fuck
Absolutely.
him. And he and I follow each other. He was always nice and cordial, but fuck him for that. That is fucked
This
up.
is Slasher?
Yeah.
Huh? Of course he was nice and cordial to you. You're a hot chick. Of course he was. Milady, can I protect you from the internet, milady? That's all. The dude is a... Have you seen what that dude looks like?
No, we just
Oh
talked
my
online a little
God.
bit.
Yeesh. Anyway.
Anyways, I know Craig has to bounce soon, so
Craig's going to go start up a stream now.
Yep, I'm going to start streaming.
But if we want to get into some Jake stuff so that Craig and Jake can put their 2 cents in on the Jake the Viking and Mr. Beast stuff.
So next topic, we've got a speaking of Twitter controversies, our good friend Jake the Viking, who, I'm sure the majority of you watching know, but if you don't know, Jake the Viking used to be a member of the Mr. Beast crew, 4, 5, 6 years ago, however long ago
2018 to 2020.
Yeah, 2018 to 2020, you were part of the Mr. Beast crew. You've since moved on.
Sorry, just for back reference, how did you start? Were you friends with them or something?
No,
I introduced them.
Funny. Shut up. This is actually funny because of what Chris's comment was, but my brother-in-law actually was hired as their manager, and then he brought me in.
Okay.
And now I've never watched Mr. Beast consistently, although I have seen some of his videos, and I specifically watched some with Jake, and I told this to Jake in private, and I was like, I think, because I'm looking at the people that Mr. Beast surrounds himself with, and again, I'm not here to criticize Mr. Beast. The man is a brilliant YouTuber, clearly. All right, he is the, and it's not just YouTube, by the way. People say that like he gets YouTube special treatment. I'm sure he does. The dude also dominates TikTok. He dominates Twitter. He dominates every fucking social media platform. So he clearly knows what he's doing. I'm not here to criticize the man because he knows what he's doing. But with that said, when I saw Jake in those videos, something stood out. That was like there was an alpha in the room, and it wasn't anybody else. It wasn't Mr. Beast or anybody else. It was Jake, and it was like you dominated the presence when you were on screen, and I felt like that probably was a detriment to you, in my opinion. But anyway, so you were part of that crew. You knew Chris Tyson at the time, who was kind of a truck driving, beer drinking guy who made jokes like he would almost belong on a Geeks and Gamers stream back then.
He was the one that made a lot of Jimmy's tweets that Jimmy would put out. A lot of the memes. That was all Chris's handiwork.
Yeah. And so now recently, obviously there was some stuff going around about, Chris Tyson obviously has transitioned into Ava. And there's a lot of controversy because Chris Tyson had a wife and a kid, and there's the accusations of him abandoning the family. Nick Merckx responded to a tweet from Chris Tyson, and basically Nick Merckx just destroyed him and said, dude, you abandoned your wife and a kid to LARP around as a woman. One day you're going to wake up and realize all this. You, being a former crew member, quote tweeted Nick Merckx, and you was like, tell him. And that created that created a firestorm. So what happened from there?
I woke up to Jay having texted me. He goes, you pissed off Twitter. I was like, I know it. Man.
So what happened there?
I want to talk about before that though. It was what was it? Nick Merckx was making a video in response to the allegations about Doc, and then Chris took it upon himself to make his little funny comment where he was like, every time I post a tweet /POS, so I feel like he's calling Nick a piece of shit. And then that's when Nick clapped back at him saying, you, your family and all that. And that's when I was like, dude, let him know. Cause I 100% agree with that because, I was there, when Chris was wanting to get a divorce with Katie, when he was, pissed off, didn't want to be with her anymore. Then all of a sudden, halfway through marriage counseling, she's pregnant, so, and then to see that this is where that's gone, it's like, come on, bro.
Wow. Did you see any signs of him wanting to be a fucking woman? It's such a weird thing to ask.
Well, none, dude, none.
So he was a guy's guy.
Background. Yeah, his parents own a farm. His parents are super religious. They own I think a cattle farm, and he was all about it, driving tractors. He was always the one wanting to do when we made the napalm stuff, he was the one always wanting to play around with the flamethrower. So he was like a guy's guy.
Yeah, that's it's such a wild situation. I know my camera froze. Chat, quit roasting me right now. I'll turn my backup camera on if I can, and we'll see if that one will work for now. So no signs of him being the type of person he's turned into, I'll say with all due respect. But with this now, so there was some stuff with Drama Alert. Keemstar's company tweeted out and basically said that they basically accuse you of being a transphobe, something else, right? And you clapped back, and what happened there?
I clapped back and told him typical Keemstar getting the story wrong. And I was like, I'm agreeing with the fact, with the comment that Nick made about how Chris ruined his family, which I wholeheartedly believe he did. And then Keemstar wants to snap back at me with his little comments, and it was fun getting to ratio him 3 times in the same day, and the amount of support I was getting, there was a shitload of hate, and I sent a screenshot to Steph in the group chat. I got a death threat today. Kid wants to post a picture of his gun saying, "I got something for you." And I'm like,
you mean the tolerant crowd is sending you death threats? I heard that never happened. They're
the ones yelling at me, trying to say like,
they're
fell
so
off, I'm glad we fired you and all this shit.
Jeez.
But yeah, and I was like, the tolerant left, dude. But
hold on, I just want to take a step back real quick. You said something that really
nice. That's the tolerant crowd right there. That's the tolerant crowd. Yeah. Oh, so his name is taking a shot at what Nick Merck said. He, they, she, he, whatever. His screen name is taking a shot. Wow.
Also, he just used a gay slur.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
But they're allowed to.
They don't care about that, man.
Go ahead, Craig.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to take a step back because this is all new to me, right? So you joined. You said that this guy was having issues with his wife. They're going to counseling. And then baby happens, right? And then within a couple of years, all of a sudden he wants to be woman's. Is that right? Like, did I follow that correctly as far as the timeline goes?
Yep. And I don't have more on it because that was happening at the end of 2019, and then I was fired for my piece not fitting the puzzle and brand protection for doing a brand deal with a CBD company in March of 2020, and then I haven't had any communication with them, because they all treated me like as if I never existed. So I don't have any
CBD, like the not stoner weed.
Yes. CBD. And at the time, I wish I had said this, because when I was fired, I was in the room with the HR lady they had just hired and Daryl Reeves. And of course, Daryl Reeves has been MIA ever since.
The YouTube guru guy, right?
Yeah, the quote unquote YouTube guru who all he does is just buy successful YouTube channels and claims that he's the reason they're successful. It's like, shut up.
Yeah, right.
But at the time, I wish I would have said, so you're getting on me for CBD, something I can buy over the counter, give to pets, kids, toddlers, grandparents, all that. But yet Chris can promote an energy drink supplement with 300 milligrams of caffeine to 12-year-olds. Which one of those is going to be more harmful in the long run?
Well, all I know is I better stop drinking the 300 milligram energy drinks if I'm going to end up like Chris.
Oh man! So
bro's gay.
You've gotten how's the last? So since your tweet, quote tweeting Nick Merckx, what's the reaction been for you for the most part? Because I know you've gotten some criticism, but you've probably gotten a lot more support.
It's a lot of support. A lot of people were saying, W Jake. People were saying like, we know we liked you for a reason. Follower counts have shot up, which I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really care about that. And that's one of the comments I made in the video about Keemstar, because that's all those kind of people care about. Like, if you don't have enough followers, you don't have the clout, you're a nobody. And that's what I made a comment to Keem. I was like, dude, I don't give a fuck about this shit. But it's just been super cool seeing the amount of support that's come out of it. The DMs I've been getting from people saying, they're glad that someone's, sticking up. And I was telling my mom today, I was like, I'm proud that my mom and dad raised me to have a spine because we are lacking so much of that in today's society. There's so many people who do not have a spine. And yeah, it's been cool. But yeah, there's been a lot of hate. But I mean, I made a tweet about it where it's like all these people are the same thing. You fell off. I'm glad Mr. Beast fired you, and then a couple other things. I mean, you all say the same thing. Get creative. And I said, this is why I miss football. Whoever's played sports before, that shit talking was creative. It was fun. It was engaging. You actually pissed people off. This is just annoying because people are just saying the same thing over and over and over. It's like, come on, guys. You're copy and pasting insults, and it lost its effect years ago.
Yeah. I mean, it has been wild to see just everything going on. And I think you being a little more outspoken is probably going to be beneficial to you, because I think you probably have always been like, it's been a cloud that's followed you, the Mr. Beast stuff, but I think you're getting past it for sure. But I mean, how can it not value you? I mean, he's the biggest he's one of the most influential people on the planet. It's crazy. That's just the truth of it. Were you there when Sneeko was there, or was that before you?
Sneeko was there. Yeah, we were there because we did the Lego car video with Sneeko.
Okay. It's crazy that Sneeko was part of the Mr. Beast crew too, which is wild.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. It was a weird dynamic because I just felt like Sneeko was just so different than like Mr. Beast, but like Beast wanted him in the videos, and so it was a weird dynamic, but it worked.
Yeah.
And now to see where Sneeko is, it's wild. Wild.
Go ahead, Craig.
Question for you, man. Yeah. So these people who are reaching out to you, and they're DMing you and such, do these people have any followings? Are these people who have any sort of followings who like, because I get this all the time. People DM me, they go, man, I'm so glad you guys do your show. I'm sure Jeremy gets DMs all the time. Man, you're so glad you're speaking up. But they won't take the next step and say things publicly for whatever reason. Is that what's happening with you?
For the most part, a handful, I'm looking at my messages now, a handful have been people who are kind of just, keeping it on the table. But then I have had a couple that have, like a couple thousand, which I still, I mean, even if you got 100, that's still a lot of people. People with a couple thousand followers have been vocal about it, and they've come into my my DMs, and I just became friends with TSM Vis, and Vis is at 74,000 followers on Twitter. He's been vocal about a lot of stuff, so it's cool to see that there are some that are speaking up, because it's a snowball effect. The more people that start it, the more people that are going to start following it. So it's cool that it's spreading.
And it does feel like the tide is turning in a lot of different directions for sure. Not that it's going to completely, we're never going back to normal. We're so far beyond normal that we're never going to get back to normal. And I totally understand that. I recognize that. That's the sad reality of where we are. But there are a lot. I mean, we may talk about it just like from the Star Wars standpoint, that Star Wars video, there's more of us than there are of them. And then they deleted the video.
It's drama around
it. The Tower of Many. I was spamming it.
Well, then how about the actress who makes the music video, and then we try to cover it, and then she claims all the videos, right, Craig?
I think, I'll be honest, I don't think it's not a big deal. I think it was an automatic claim. I reacted to it. It got claimed. And that's because I left it for too long. And so I then did another video. I recorded it, and then I paused it like probably every 20 seconds. And I didn't get claimed. Video's got almost 300,000 views, and it's been monetized the whole time. And I played the whole video. But I got claimed the first time, and I didn't upload it because I was scared, because I was like, okay, she may strike me if she's already claiming me, but it was automatic. So then I re-recorded, I paused it enough, and it cleared, and that video has been monetized the whole time. But I don't know, what's your experience been, Craig? Because I know you had some issues with it.
Yeah. It was definitely an automatic strike, or definite automatic copyright catch. Then I fought it, and then they manually went in and said, nope. They disagreed with the fair use statement. So I could either fight it and actually, pretty much put it back to them, play ping pong with them, and say, are you sure about that? In which they say, yes, we're sure about that. Then I get the strike. Then I can't stream for 7 days, and it ruins the channel. So we've we trimmed it out, because that's the way the game goes.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, I was worried about it at first, but then when I re-recorded my video and I just paused it enough, that's what got me clear. And that's usually what happens. It's usually if you either speed it up, and that's what you could have done. I don't know if you can do that in the YouTube editor. I don't know if you can actually speed up the video that's playing, but that will get you past the copyright as well. If you speed up just the music video portion, if you speed it up, or if you're just doing a lot more pauses, or if you just, I don't know. I haven't edited. The only thing I've done on the YouTube editor is trim stuff out if I've needed to. I don't know if you can add something in. Can you add stuff in on the YouTube editor? Can y'all, like, if you recorded something like a little, like, hey, this is future Craig here, and we got claimed here, so I had to put this in.
Yeah, I don't think you can just add right in the middle of it. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's the latest with Jake. So Jake, tell everybody what you have going on, though. Like, where can they find you? What do you got going on? Where can we find Jake the Viking content these days?
You can find me all over the place if we can get past the suppression. But yeah, Jake the Viking everywhere. Made a new channel called The Viking Reacts, where I'm breaking down, like the Acolyte and House of the Dragon, kind of keeping politics out of it and just taking it from a filmmaker's perspective, which has been a lot of fun. And of course, streaming on TikTok and Twitch and Kick and YouTube Gaming pretty much every day.
Hell yeah, man.
We missed one part that I wanted to talk about a little bit.
Yeah, let's do it. Go ahead.
Was Chris's rebuttal, where he quote unquote didn't have the balls to come at me directly and decided to bring family members, and I'm like, that's pretty sad. And then instantly deleting the tweet because he knew he fucked up.
So what exactly did he say?
He brought up the allegations or the convictions of something that happened with my brother-in-law 15, 20 years ago, before I even knew the guy, before anyone in my family knew the guy. Just our convictions.
So something from 15 years ago he brought up?
15, 20 years ago. And
nothing to do with Jake.
Was so vague. And then he made the comment, no one asked Jake how he protected his kid. And I'm like, first of all, dude, I don't have a kid. So, and then he made the comment, who you keep in your group says a lot. And I'm like, dude, you worked with the guy for years at Best Buy, and you hired him at Mr. B. So why are you turning your back on him now when he's not even part of the conversation? It's like, I'm the one talking shit. Come at me.
Damn.
Like, it's not far away. Oh, you don't have anything on me, and I've got everything on you. Yeah. And so that kind of pissed me off a little bit, but he deleted it instantly, and I was like, lol. And he got so much backlash for it. So
low blow.
Did he end up deleting? Did he delete all of his tweets, or was he just delete?
Twitter is blank if you go look at it.
So he mass deleted his whole Twitter account.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if he mass deleted, but he hid everything. It is blank. It's not privated. It is blank.
As far as I know, there's no way to hide it. So that's the delete.
Say what, Savvy?
If you click on, that was a screenshot. I was gonna say even the replies are all gone. Like his replies are all empty.
Are the replies gone too? I have to look and see. If somebody can confirm that really quick. So that's pretty interesting, because I will say, because I was just I think I was on
replies are gone. Replies are gone. Media's gone, and it says Chris Tyson hasn't posted media.
He probably deleted it all because of all the. Was this the same Twitter account where he posted all that racist stuff years ago?
I don't know if that's the one or not.
Is it a different account?
Might have been a different account,
because that account has
nothing.
I think
nothing.
2 or 3 million followers on it.
Gotcha.
His Chris Tyson account.
Okay.
I think that's the most fascinating thing about that, is that when you look at his name, right, it says Chris Tyson in his handle.
I know.
Right? He's like, don't misgender me. It's like, or he said, don't dead name me. It's like, you first, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jesus Christ! Everything is gone like it's 5 o'clock shadow, man. It's bad there. He deleted it all. Like there's literally no hiding.
Very interesting.
One of my friends made a comment saying, "Say it with your purchase chest."
Right.
Listen, it has been one of the craziest, I would say, 2 to 3 week spans on Twitter that I've ever seen. It has been absolutely nuts, and I personally am having a blast. It's just great. It's not real life. It's just not. And as long as you have that view of it, it really doesn't matter. I've seen I've seen some tick up in the hatred that I've been getting from some of my replies and quote tweets, and that's totally fine. That's part of it. But I don't really like. I'll just go play Fortnite and I'll be happy, man. I don't give a shit. Like it doesn't bother me at all. I like the chaos because everybody's getting it. And I think that's what everybody needs to understand. It doesn't matter what is going on. It doesn't matter if you have 100 followers or 1,000 followers or 10,000, a million, whatever. Everybody's catching hell right now. Everybody's catching hell, no matter what you say on social media. Everybody is catching it. It's wild out there, and it's only going to get worse as we move to November. It's only going to get worse. It's going to get substantially worse, and everybody just needs to be aware of that. So have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously, and understand that all you got to do is not log in if it's bothering you that much. It's really not that complicated. Just don't log in. Don't log in. That's it. So, all right, Craig, you got to get out of here.
I do. Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. Pleasure to talk to you, Jake. And guys, pleasure to see everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna have Gothics on tomorrow. It's gonna be a great show. So make sure
Hail
you guys
Gothics.
Yeah,
Gothics, good people.
Shout out.
See you, Craig.
So yeah, you guys have a great day. We'll see you guys later. Thanks, guys.
Bye, Craig.
See you, man. See
Bye,
you, man.
Bye, Craig.
Follow
also
Craig
has
on
to
side
flex.
scrollers. Legend.
What?
Malcolm also has to bounce.
Who?
Malcolm.
We no. We need the diversity here. We need a shield.
Oh,
they're
that's
gonna call
right.
us racist, and we need you to be here. Okay, now, what's you got going on,
Hang
Malcolm?
on. Sorry, give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. God, the other black guy's not showing up for his shift. We're gonna have to write him up.
The other
Okay,
black guy
all right.
that's showing up for a shift.
Did you guys notice the first thing that Jay said? He goes, Malcolm also has to flex.
No, he did not. Did he,
He
really?
did.
Always.
He did.
Always. Thank you. Thank you, Jay. See, this is what I'm talking about. The Chad on Chad connection. Real Chads know, man. Jay's over there looking all studly right there in the top middle spot, just mogging the whole panel. I love it. Oh, God.
What do you got
But
going
nah,
on
man,
tonight? Or you got going on, man?
About to go home and wrangle some kiddos. You guys, y'all can find me on X, the most toxic platform known to man. Username Malcolm_Flex48. Again, stuff is kind of slowing down a little bit with work. My coach hadn't been riding me so hard. I might actually, get to the advanced planning and contemplation phase of creating a YouTube channel. We just left the meditation stage. So
Malcolm, I got
there.
one question before you go.
Yo.
Who is Trump's VP pick? I know you know.
Oh man, I have the inside secrets, but I'm gonna let you guys take a little
Come
guess.
on,
I'm not gonna
man.
reveal it.
Don't do that.
Just know if you guess correctly, that was who I was about to say. That's all you
I'd
got to
say
know.
it's Vivek.
It's not.
Oh
I
yeah.
Vivek. I'll take it's Vivek. But we'll see.
All right.
CobraCast Thursday.
job.
We're gonna be there. Jay's gonna be there with me. We're
I'll
gonna
be
be
there.
covering it. It's gonna be wild. So, but take it easy,
Alrighty.
Malcolm. Have a good one, bro.
All right, you guys take it
See you,
easy.
Malcolm.
All right, man.
Later, Malcolm.
Later. All right. So we got to get some super chats. Is anybody else good? Everybody else good for now? Because we're gonna spend. We got 18 more minutes, and then we're really gonna power through super chats. But we'll read a couple now, and then we're gonna talk about Star Wars, and then we're gonna blast through super chats. So, Beardo, go ahead and knock a couple out real quick.
Okay, I thought we were waiting. All right.
No, yeah, I was gonna say knock a couple out, and then we're gonna get into Star Wars.
Cool. Mad about Hatter for a $5. Ben knows how to make Beardo ride on his bicycle stick. It's disturbing and gay, but I respect it. Thank you for the $5. Warwolf Morrow for a $2. Black Ops Night Beardo?
Warwolf Mara.
No. Nathan Cassidy for a $10. It should be noted the differences between the responses Doc has made because it's obvious he's been talking to a lawyer. He could be under an NDA as a condition for the original settlement. I mean, feel like that's all kind of out the window.
Yeah, after today's statement, that's all out the window. You could justify that with his previous statements that were very kind of like legal and cringy and not making a lot of sense. But today's statement throws all that out the window. And I think that that's because the former Twitch employees kind of
they broke the NDA.
They broke the NDA. So now that makes it where he can speak a little more freely. Unfortunately, his tweet, I think, made things worse for him, not better.
And the lawyers of Twitch and Docs could have been talking, which is why it took till Tuesday.
That is
They
true.
could have actually agreed to put the NDA aside to address things.
That is true. That is true. You know what? I just want to fucking play video games, man. Like,
That's
Jesus.
it, man. I just want to
So much
podcast,
shit,
play video
man.
games, and have fun, man.
I just want to play video games and talk bad about Disney Star Wars. That's a good life. It's a good life. It's a great life.
Yep.
That's all I want out of life. I just want to play video games and talk bad about Disney Star Wars. That's all.
Yep. Special J with the $2 says, "Hey, I'm special."
Darn right you are.
Heroic Kitten for a $20. Gals on Twitch showing their body for younglings every day, front and center on the website, but people are mad at the Doc double standards. Yeah, but it doesn't make what Doc did any better. Does not make it okay. Dubby Nanners for a $20. In the leaked email on Asmongold's video says Doc didn't know and the minor was 17. Nate the Great with a $50. How do I send memes through Super Chats?
Huh?
Nate the Great for a 50 says, "How do I send memes through Super Chats?"
Oh, you can do that on locals. You can send memes on our locals page, but that's the only way, unfortunately. What I love about the locals chat is that you can send memes and GIFs and all of that as comments, which is fantastic.
Vice with a $20. It's an interesting paradigm. Paradigm. Yes, that's the word. It's an interesting paradigm.
Round of applause in the chat,
You were
everybody.
doing so good, Beardo.
Come on.
You think somebody would be done after doing something like this? However, Bill Clinton went to that island how many times? Yet many Americans still cheer him on whenever they see the guy. And Joe Biden and all of them.
Yep. Well, I mean, Jay called the Texas Aggies the Texas Aggies yesterday.
I don't know.
What?
Yeah, he called them the Aggies. He said
I think it's just that being an SEC guy. So
he said the Aggies.
I don't know if that's correct.
Luis C with the $10. I like how all the chicks are on the bottom row. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Wait, hang on. Hang on. All right, at least one of them's down there now. So I'm just fucking with you, Ben. I'm just fucking with you. You guys don't understand. I've known Ben probably longer than almost anybody that's on the G&G team. He's definitely, I would say you probably qualify as an OG member more so than almost anyone. You're definitely an OG.
I mean, I was part of the Facebook group before the Facebook group even got big.
Yeah, that's right. Ben is an OG.
Look at that, huh?
Been around for a long time.
And
OG, baby.
Old man.
That's right.
Geeks and Gamers play moments for $10. Love the rational conversation around a topic that others are hyping rumors to try to get clout and clicks. Mass respect to my favorite group of internet retards, except for Ben. He's just weird.
Now, we knew this was going to be a pretty spicy one tonight, and I know that a lot of people are like, look, all of these conversations are going to continue to evolve the more we get information. I mean, literally my video that's now at 100,000 views, my video, as soon as I hit upload on it, I go to Twitter and I'm like, oh, he edited minor into there. That changes the whole dynamic of my video now. And so it's a constant evolving situation right now. And I truly do hope that once the dust settles, I hope that we get clarity that Doc did not know that this person was underage. And as soon as he found out, he stepped away from it. That's what I hope. It doesn't make him a good guy. Doesn't make him a good guy. At least that's the best case scenario you can hope for as a Dr. Disrespect fan, or just him, is to just find out like that's what happened. And if that's what happened, then you know what it ultimately comes back to. Twitch looks like shit, and all these esports reporters, losers, look like shit. And Doc is still the shitty kind of family guy that we always knew him to be. And at the end of the day, if that makes you not want to watch him play video games, then that's up to you. That's the best case scenario.
I got a question. Would it be smart for the individual he was messaging to come out and come forward? Do you think that's a possibility?
So no.
I think that'd be
no, not for safety reasons.
I don't think so. I think that would be very bad.
For safety, the internet will tear the person apart, even if they're an adult now. It doesn't matter if they are completely vindicated in all of this. Like, because as a minor, you didn't do anything wrong. You know, still shouldn't be talking to an
Yeah.
adult like that, but it's not your fault at the end of the day. But people will be sick. They will find that person and they will try to destroy them and hurt them.
Yeah, I think that would not help, and that would only be bad. And I would hope that at the end of the day, that person never reveals who they are. I've got to restart my computer, Jay. So guess what? You're in charge, buddy. Oh boy,
Hey.
Jay's in charge. I'll be right back.
There's that
Don't
delay.
be silent the whole fucking time. Come on, Jay. You've already dropped the fucking ball.
Let's keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving, Jay.
I read super chats.
All right. JS Pena with a 199 says late in bros. Thank you. Grand Potato for a 199 says Jeremy, stop licking Beardo's toes. Thanks. Various crazy people for a $10. Hi, I'm Cody. I'd like to profit off of people's indiscretions. People liken me to the green goo that Jedis drink to take the great nap and become a force ghost. Lamp Lord for a $10. I believe Dr. Disrespect did not know that it is a minor, and he has make a human mistake, which is not a crime according to the law. Twitch allows e-girls naked and recommended them without age restriction. Even Beardo with the $2 says has an intro. Phil TMNT with a $2. About time Geeks and Gamers is inclusive. Welcome, Drunk 3PO. Golden Nuggets for a $10.
What? Also, shout out to the 6,000 people watching us here on YouTube.
Hey,
let's go, baby.
That's awesome, guys. That's awesome.
Golden Nuggets with the $10. Beardo's Diary, entry 1. Decided to make diary. Big show tonight. Must hide feelings towards Ben. I will use extra strong smelling salts to keep me focused. Will be good as long as I words up don't mix. Thank you for the $10. The Singing Tigs for a 10. Doc, wish respect. I met her, then other respect. I know like hum. He has crappy, unlike next roar vibes. Maybe meow. I be big spect. I really hop so. I know have rife to meet on, so I may has chance to plop. Hail.
What did Jay? The fuck happened to this show, bro? I leave for like 2 minutes. And I walk up
and our
this.
viewership went up when you left. We were over 6,000. Now it's down. It's down. Now that you came back. What do you got to say for yourself?
If somebody wants to highlight that $10 Singing Takes for 10, just so people know I'm not fucking retarded.
Nah, I think we'll just let them think you're retarded.
Okay. Chris M. Health.
Kudos to be able to read that. That was difficult.
Welcome to the past 4 months of Tuesday night's main event. Chris M. Health and Relaxation for a $10. Hail, Geeks and Gamers, Ripaverse, FNT, and The Rebellion. Az is rocking his journey, and I agree with Jay.
Thank you.
I agree with Jay, too.
Breer for a $5. Jake and Malcolm bring some much-needed testosterone to this otherwise raging soy-fueled gay fest. What you talking about, huh?
All right.
Wow, what are we doing?
Beardo should read the most recent super chat. Just putting that out there.
Let me scroll up and see. Slade? No. Super chat? War Wizard for a 5. Shout out to Beardo's big brother who doesn't skip leg day and doesn't have a reading disorder. Jake, I agree with Jay. Let's keep it moving.
Thank you.
Show them ankles,
Cool.
Beardo. Fucking show them. You can put this to rest right now.
That's fucking weird. That's fucking weird.
Show me them calves.
Axiom Saraf for $10. I'm just reading. No, well, Jeremy, take a look at
some of these things. I know some of the jokes are like I'm not getting it. Like we're already
you can copy and paste for Jeremy to read.
We're already flying a little too close to the sun, so it may have to be a Rumble exclusive on some of these. Just saying, guys.
Louis C for a $10. I'm not straight no more. I am delivered. I have transitioned. I don't walk around with a beard no more. I am trans. Thank you for the $10.
Has everybody seen that video? That's one of the best videos ever, by the way. You haven't seen that one, Savvy?
No.
Somebody throw that to her on Twitter and tag her. It's
God.
It's phenomenal. It's
Do you know how many people are going to do that now? I'm going to get flooded in the.
It's fantastic. It really is. All right. So while we're working on that, let's talk about Star Wars, Jay. We got tonight's episode of The Acolyte. Episode 5 is upon us. I am hyped. Are you hyped, Jay? Are you excited?
Very.
Are you excited, Ben?
Very excited.
I have never been more excited for something in my whole life.
Jake, are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Savvy?
Yay.
Steph? Krista Nova? Wherever she's at? Krista, you can pop in here and tell us you're happy, and then you can go back.
No.
All right, so episode 5 is tonight. We are going to have a massive lightsaber battle, and apparently it's going to destroy the Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker lightsaber battle in the prequels of episode 3.
The power of many.
The power of many.
Power of many.
At least there's going to be action in the show, because I was getting real bored by the lack of anything.
From the fighting I've seen in the series already, there's no shot this is like
no, not at all. Not at all. But hey, I mean,
the obvious, we're just hitting our marks. The obvious cable play, the terrible acting on everyone's parts. There's no shot they can film a decent fight scene.
Last week's episode had so many
pointless.
It was so stupid.
I was so excited to see a Wookiee Jedi.
Same, and then he's just dead.
He's just dead. It's like, why even have him then? Why even
I was like, man,
to hype you up, and let you down.
They did something. They did something cool
in Star Wars. I felt included.
Yeah,
and then you see him dead, sliced open.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, man, they're finally.
That was a flesh wound too. It was such a flesh wound.
Yeah,
so
I was like,
Jay, what should we look forward to right now? What do we got going on in the world of Disney Star Wars, Jay?
We could look forward to me hitting 90K subscribers because of the Acolyte, so that's nice.
There we go. Okay.
Also, I don't even the fact that you two said that there was something that excited you in this episode was pretty bizarre because there's nothing in this series that's exciting. In my personal, humble, correct opinion, I think the best entertainment is what's happening on the outside of the show. Like all the stuff that's happening on the outside of the show. Jeremy mentioned that wonderful video that Star Wars fans came together where we're all together. What was it? Everyone is
Star Wars is for everyone, except for the biggest racist, sexist, and the Trump supporters, apparently.
Except Star Wars theory.
Yeah, except Star Wars theory.
For everyone but Star Wars theory.
Except for Star Wars theory, who's none of those things you just
So apparently our good friend from Around the Galaxy podcast was the guy who put that together. And
someone that is constantly attacked, specifically some of the ladies at G&G had to actually, me and Jay had to force him to apologize.
Whoa.
Yeah.
In private, that happened. And then he started attacking a few days later.
So someone that's part of the I Like the Acolyte fan base decided to post on Twitter saying, I refuse to share that video that these people made because the guy that's in it, speaking about Pete, made fake accounts and attacked me and my co-partner and everything, and he turned out to be he's just being trashed. So he's deleted the video. He's come out and apologized.
I don't think we can play it, so I don't think
with themselves.
Yeah, I don't think we should play the video because I'm afraid he would probably strike it. Oh, I know. I want to because it's oh my god, the cringe is to the oh my god, it's cringe.
To me, this is the funniest part. I am going to share this, just this little tweet here, which no one can see. But
can you zoom in?
I don't know how to do that.
All right,
So,
right click, open a new tab.
Bro,
okay, never mind. Never mind. I'm not. No, he'll get mad. I'm sorry.
You taking my thunder.
I'm sorry.
You got it, Jay. You got it, Jay. I believe
you got this, buddy. 90K. Come on, you got this, Jay.
Good guy, Jay. Let's go.
Man, I forgot.
Take your time. You got it.
Come on, Jay.
I believe in Jay.
Somebody send the super chat right now and get motivation.
Jay.
We're all in this together. The power of many.
Come on, Jay.
Come on, Jay.
They're all cheering you on, buddy. Come on, Jay.
The power of one. The power of seven. The power
you
of
hang out with Gina Carano. You know Jake the
I know,
Viking.
so
You
that's
know
why I don't
Star
need
Wars
this crap.
theory.
The power of 90K.
So there we go. Oh shoot, I messed up.
Power of one.
God.
There we go. So this is Luis. She is. I'm not
Did he
kidding.
even do it right? I think he did.
She's a queer, non-binary, disabled person, and she was in
Oh
the
my
video.
gosh, dude!
Now let me finish, please. Now she's getting dragged through the mud because this person here says, when you found out who was involved in this video, did you ask why there weren't any women of color involved? Luis says, no, because I didn't know everyone in the chat and not everyone had a profile picture. Okay, so that is something you can do moving forward. There you go. Right?
What is wrong with
she's
these
being
people?
attacked. She's being attacked, and the others for not putting a
Enough
trans,
diversity.
black,
Yeah.
female, whatever, in the video that was made by a bunch of YouTubers, or people on Twitter, which one of them was the person who started the whole theory sending violent
hate mob
threats
and all that. Yep.
to Wikipedia. Well, that person turned out to be a catfish, a fake account. And when that person was found out that wasn't a real person, that whole Acolyte Star Wars Twitter is having a major meltdown. I can't believe we were catfished. I can't believe it. And we put her in the video, right? And so they're all upset, and that person has deleted their account. No one knows where they are. And these people are arguing because they decided they didn't put a black woman of color that might have been queer in the video, and that if they're going to do another video like that again, that they need to seek out certain people to make sure that it's approved by the certain group they're all together. At the end of the day, everybody found out that Pete is a giant dick and nobody likes him, so they all left, and now they deleted the video because I guess Star Wars isn't for everyone, because they forgot to put in a person that wasn't in. But there you go.
Savvy's facial reaction was so good. She's
Welcome
like,
to Star Wars, everybody.
No,
Go ahead,
this is
Savvy.
the most fucking Tumblr thing in the
True.
world.
She
So,
would
so
know.
let me get this. I would know, and it's embarrassing. So you're saying that the person who put this together, who was in the video, doesn't exist?
not the
One of
person that
them.
put it
They
together.
do exist.
So
Yeah.
they
They're just-
put
yeah,
there's like
they do
6
exist.
people in the video,
Yeah.
and almost all those people were the ones, almost all, not all of them, they were attacking Star Wars theory for him talking about this site called Wikipedia, and they were all online. Oh, he's the worst. He's did this. Then they had some kind of epiphany, a fart of me or whatever it was. And they came together and they said, we're going to put a video together that says Star Wars is for everyone, and we're going to stop the hate. Right? So they put this video together, and all they've started was everyone on their side is just fighting with each other, and they're discovering that friends that they thought they had in the Star Wars fandom are fake people that wanted to have a different identity. They're not real. They're also finding out that certain people were doing nasty, terrible things in the DMs with others. They're also finding out that people that put this whole thing together was actually a terrible person that had multiple accounts that attacked anyone that didn't agree with them. It's all like coming out, right? And they're all just
This is
like,
literally
everyone
Tumblr.
is like saying, we're sad. We're sad for Star Wars today because we found all this stuff out. Nobody on like Star Wars theory side or our side are even involved in this. They're
This
just doing it
is-
themselves. It's
this
just
is Disney Star Wars fans to
Damn it, I was
a
interrupted.
T. Yep.
That's it.
You made it awkward, Ben. You interrupted Jay. He gets really upset. Listen, I'm going to link you chat because I know a lot of you haven't seen this, okay? So Star Wars Junk Man has a video where he edited it and he added the hate that Star Wars Theory was getting into the video. So he took like snippets of tweets and put it in there. I'm dropping the link right now on I'm gonna drop the Twitter link in the YouTube chat right there. So there it is. Okay. I'll also put it in the private chat and you guys can see it. But it's so Junkman's is actually funny because he actually put the hate in there, but the hate that he put in there was the hate that Star Wars Theory was getting from people like these weirdos, and it's unbelievable, man. It really is how weird the fact that they got canceled for not having a woman of color or the right diversity in there is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, because Yeah, these people
That's
have
just who they are,
constantly-
man.
Yeah,
It's
that's who
like-
they are.
It's never enough. And so this reminds me of an article that was written by a queer Black woman who said, hey, it's great that we're getting representation in Doctor Who, but it's not enough. A gay Black man is not enough. And so
Yeah.
it's never enough for these people, which is why everybody keeps saying none of this is genuine. And they're proving the point beautifully on why you should just create what you want to create. But at the same time, where was this fucking energy from these insane people back in 2018, 2019, when artists were getting death threats for drawing the wrong fucking ships? I will always ask them that because it was crazy fucking lefty Tumblr users who were sending death threats to other crazy lefty Tumblr users for fucking drawing the wrong gay shit.
They've always just eaten their own people.
It's always been
All
their
they do.
mentality, and that's why I don't want like this all. Oh, go ahead. No, you can interrupt me. It's fine. We can interrupt you, but you can interrupt me. That's fine. That's fine.
There's just more.
Go ahead.
We need to laugh a little bit, okay? Kyle Katarn, he's a turd. He's like, he's talking to Dawn. This, I don't even know if that's a real person, but he's like, okay, perhaps you could suggest a way to do more. That's acceptable for this community. It would be great to contribute something more than simply labeling this. And she says,
insufficient. It's insufficient.
Yeah, here's a suggestion. Next time involve and talk to the people currently being bullied. Who's being bullied?
Star Wars
Black
theory.
women and other women of color. The fact that y'all didn't even notice speaks volume.
I hate these people.
Man.
So Star Wars theory is a Black woman then?
No,
Holy
it's all messed up. It's all messed up.
This is glorious right here, and this is why, like in a lot of ways, and I do acknowledge, and I said this with like Dr. Disrespect and Nick Merckx and Tim the Tap Man, like those guys are on a different level than me for sure, but they are definitely more reliant upon that crowd of people that will eat them alive. You know what I mean? Now Nick Merckx in his statements recently, he's stepping away from that world and he's finding other support from other people, but I don't want that type of support from a world like that, of people that are just going to screech and cry and whine every time I say something they disagree with or whatever, because I'm always going to say something that somebody's going to disagree with, because that's the world that we live in. We're all going to disagree on shit. We're all going to have different opinions, and we have to accept that. I mean, I accept that Mike is a fucking retard that loves Batman versus Superman. Nothing I could do about it. He's retarded. And
the Ultimate Edition.
To fuck that movie too. But he's not here to defend himself, so I won't say he's a stupid fucking retard.
You just did.
Almost.
You wouldn't say that. You would never say that.
That's
I don't think Jeremy would ever say that kind of thing.
No,
You would
I
never say that.
I would never call
It's,
Epic Mike an absolute retard. I would never do that. He's too good of a guy. Too good of a guy. But go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay.
It's just, for me, I just find it hilarious that these people come together and they think that they're going to do something positive in a fandom that they have created to be such a hate-filled, thing, and they think that what did they think was going to happen? They're going to get praised, that people are going to hold them up high. They're in the wrong side of the building, man. Like those people, if you don't include every single person, they're going to get mad. Let me show you this side of the fandom. This is Adam. He's appeared on some of the biggest Star Wars YouTube channels.
Not Star Wars Theory though.
Not Theory, but out of some Explain channel. Anyway, he says, and if you're 60-year-old crying, go woke, go broke about effing Star Wars, you need to get laid or punched in the mouth.
Preferably. Don't forget that part.
Can I just say one thing? It's always the people that wouldn't dare punch you in the mouth that say you should get punched in the mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, but the point is, it's
Textbook.
like not one of those people in that video called Adam out.
Not one of them. Not one of them.
So
For the
Adam
toxicity and the
it's always-
direct violence. Go ahead, Savvy.
It's always projection from them, but his little thing there, that I guess is called a donkey punch. So he's into some really weird shit.
What?
Well,
I learned that.
You just got destroyed by a chick. How about that one, buddy? How about that one, buddy? These guys, they wouldn't know what to do if an actual woman walked up to them and talked to them. It's always projection. It's always projection with these weirdos. And the Star Wars fandom is they're crumbling right now because literally every fucking body hates the Acolyte. And the only people that actually are into the Acolyte are the people that will eat you alive with that social justice propaganda. No doubt about that.
It's the people who have special, they have special, treatment, I guess. They're paid by Disney or Lucasfilm to give out these positive reviews. Those are the only people who are actually praising the Acolyte. Everybody who's actually normal hate the shit.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And we're getting that
Objectively
tonight.
Awful.
Absolutely gonna be awesome. Episode 5 happening tonight. I can't wait.
5 already, huh?
Quartering just tweeted out that this all goes away if Dr. Disrespect goes trans. He's right.
Funny.
It
But
is
did you
true.
see Leslie, not
Leslie
Weinstein's-
Headland?
Yeah,
Harvey Weinstein's former
Weinstein-
personal assistant. Yeah.
Yeah, that. So
Harvey
she's now
Weinstein's
trying
daughter.
to. She's now trying to separate. She's like, oh, I didn't mean to make a queer
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars, but the
100%
fact that it
backpedal.
is, I'm so glad that I'm inspiring queer
Mhm.
people.
Have you
Yeah.
guys seen the recent edit of her and the main actress talking about what side of the Force would you be on, and the dark side, and the dark side's cooler, and then it cuts to George Lucas talking about the dark side being seductive and it being short term and stuff, and it's going between George Lucas's lore and then what these fucking retards are saying. It's a brilliant edit.
Yeah, it's good. It's on it starts with a G, the channel. But yeah, he's done a lot of those clips actually. It's really good. So all right, let's read some super chats. If anybody needs to bounce, that's fine. We're gonna try to get through these in the next 50 minutes if Beardo can shut the fuck up. That was unnecessary. That was unnecessary.
He's the one reading them.
I'll accept it though.
That was unnecessary.
Well, you know what? Here's a good one to start it off. Bradley Scott with the $5. Beardo. Encore Rickenukadix, Micus, Cianops, Acolytus, and Leojanus kind of Napaturis. Even more of my favorite sports fish. Also, Jeremy, fishing video when?
I know words. I have the best words. But there's no better word than stupid.
I'm just reading, man. Cool.
Power through.
Archangel said with a $5. Doctors usually take a major, but this doctor took a minor. Ouch. Slagless with the $5. This Dr. Disrespect is pretty much what happened with Ed Pisker for a few months ago. So who's going to be like the leftists and push for him offing himself?
Don't. It's okay.
Anyways.
Yeah. No, I
thank you
mean,
for the $5.
we got to, again, I'm not going to sit here and say stuff like that.
Absolutely not. Never.
Let's
Horrible.
see. Go ahead. Power through. Let's go.
Jake Skywalker for a $10. Same thing happened with my best friend of 35 years. He suddenly decided he was a woman, but still apparently likes biological women. He ruined his family. There was no signs. Mo Zamboni for a $10. To quote Obi-Wan, who is more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? Chris is a feta schist loser, but Mr. Beast and company enabling his evil behavior is worse. Mr. Beast is a creep adjacent. Various crazy people for a $5. O'Keefe dropped a new video on Disney where execs detailed no people of color will be hired for C-suite jobs.
Yeah, I got to cover that. And Anima Chains, I see you, and I'm sorry the time change. Yes, this is the new official time change, though. We had to move it up. It gives us more time to do stuff in the evening. I tried to promote that a little bit on Daily today in the last couple of days. But, yeah, this will be the new time change. So make sure you guys are aware of that. Sorry for any inconvenience from anybody out there, except for Ben. We're fine inconveniencing Ben.
Fluffy Panda with the $2. What kind of minor are we talking about? A minor? A minor or C minor? Dezek of the Dead for $10. The 199 and Raylos Are Weird rap songs are now available on iTunes, Spotify, Apple, etc. under artist name Deadshot Dezek for the 199, and a response to Amanda Steinberg is on its way. Hail, fight on.
Hail.
Gray Oak for
I don't know if anybody is Eric K here. Where's Eric K? I don't know if anybody has a link to those that we can drop those in the chat. I haven't even heard it yet, so I'll have to check it out. But that's really cool.
Hell yeah. Gray Oak for $10. Do you think Lays Lee not giving Headland was a supporter of the hashtag #MeToo or a cuz of hashtag #MeToo? Mad About Hatter for a $5. Beardo, you can find a dictionary at your local store, a library, or the internet. Just ask Jay. Thank you. Ultra Jaxel for a $5. The reason why Twitch covered it up is that they didn't want people to know they were actively reading people's private messages.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to break the news to people out there, but your private messages are being read no matter what platform you're on. So just probably need to know that. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that it's like anything else. Like everything I say on the internet, whether wherever, like I've been on calls with people that I know for a fact have recorded me when I was like talking to them about like some stuff, and they didn't tell me, but I found out afterwards. Like I'm aware of like everything I say. I'm like, if I better be okay with this being posted publicly, whatever I say, it's just the world we're in. So I just would make everybody aware. So yeah, but that's still not good for Twitch for that to be found out and get exposed everywhere. But that's the reality of it, unfortunately.
Left Town Media for $10. I read in a Facebook
You hear him?
group.
He wouldn't even let you talk, Jake. That's so rude.
My bad.
That's what happens when you
turn
just
my
subscribe to the
headphones
guy's
down.
channel. You just subscribed to the channel. You just found out who he was.
That's wild, dude.
I turned my headphones down real low because of the echo.
I apologize for Beardo, Jake. He's very rude. And I'm sorry.
He's a fucking asshole.
Keemstar made a very interesting tweet a few minutes ago. I wanted y'all to check out. I sent it in the Twitter group chat. It's actually
Steph, can you share that one?
It's a very interesting take by Keemstar.
Yeah. Again, that's why I'm a fan of Keem. I know a lot of people hate Keem. They love Keem, whatever. I just think Keemstar is, I never look to Keemstar as someone I need to agree with because half the time I don't. But I just enjoy Keemstar as an internet persona because he understands the internet. He gets the internet very well and he lives for the drama. That's why he created something like Drama Alert. So he gets it. So Steph's working on getting that right now and she'll share it when she's got it. Do you almost have it, Steph? Are you listening, Steph? Oh, there she is. Okay. Right here. Okay. Why did they leak the reason for Dr. Disrespect's ban now? Because Doc's friend Nick Merckx challenged the LGBT to leave kids alone. Some woke Twitch employees dropped the reason to not just go after Doc, but to embarrass Nick Merckx. The ex-Twitch employee said F Doc and his friends. That is true. Ever since the story came out, not only has Doc been under fire, but Nick Merckx getting so much heat. Why was this politically motivated? We should have known the reason of Doc's ban 4 years ago. We should just be just as mad at those hiding the secrets for all of this time just to drop it in a political maneuver like this.
I mean, yeah.
Been saying.
We did say that. We've said that. Though.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Now
Twitch.
I've said it multiple times.
Now what?
Yep.
Is there another one?
That's it.
Okay. So yeah, I
was like, that's yeah.
I mean, I do understand that 100%, and that's really it's like anything else. I'm going to bring somebody up that not a lot of people know about, and so I may have to educate. There's a guy named Donald Trump. I don't know if anybody's heard of him, but suddenly out of nowhere during an election year, suddenly out of nowhere, he gets arrested. And he gets indicted at 4 different times in 4 different places. All of a sudden, they could have indicted him the moment he walked out of office, but they waited until an election year, and suddenly it all piles up on him. Dr. Disrespect, this happened in 2020, and now suddenly 4 years later, boom, all of a sudden, all of this pops out of nowhere. And specifically, he says F him and his friends. It's not a bad theory. I'm just saying. But yeah, the Donald Trump guy, if you don't know of him, look him up. You'll probably hear his name a little bit over the next couple of months.
From Home Alone?
Yes. Yeah. Star of Home Alone 2. Home Alone 2. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think he's gonna make some noise this year.
Left Town Media for $10.
Can't sell off stadiums. Sorry.
Left
That
Town
drama
Media for
alert tweet reminds me of the Officer Tatum tweet. Did you read that one? Officer Tatum, he put out a tweet that was similar to that, like a couple days ago. Yeah.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
I really my criticism ultimately comes from Doc's tweet. That's where my direct criticism of Doc comes from. His tweet does not help him at all. He would have been better off not tweeting any fucking thing than tweeting what he did. And if he was going to tweet, he should have specified he did not know that this person was underage. He did not do that. That is my biggest criticism of this situation right now. His own fucking words are his biggest fucking problem, in my opinion.
Yep. Left Town Media for $10. I read in a Facebook group that one of the most emotional lines of dialogue in Star Wars for the fans is Obi-Wan's line, "Anakin is the father, isn't he? I'm so sorry." A guy with dice for a $50.
50.
It's nice to be able to catch you live. Birdo Smartman. What's wrong, Ben? Why look gay? Jay ride Jeremy's bike. Smell like bike good. Jeremy when ride next. Birdo leg tiny. Why Beardo ankle weak? Beardo need work on legs. No be gay Birdo. Jay right. Me agree.
Jay was the only one that didn't catch hell.
Straight that one.
Thank you, guy with dice for the $50. Blabs the Tower Tard for a $2. Treat every woman online like she is a fed. At this point, you know.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
A guy with dice for another $50. But no, seriously, thanks for all you guys do. First time watching live. Happy to be able to give back after all the entertainment Geeks and Gamers has given me. You guys and Gary truly inspire me. But Beardo, stop skipping leg day. What the fuck? How do you even stand up? Atlanta Falcons for a 109. Jay's been speaking so much today. Thanks, Jay.
Yeah, that's
I let the panelists talk. I'll hop in when necessary.
Escapo for
I like
$2.
how it's got to the point where you don't have F&T. People are like, I really like what Jay added to the conversation.
I know. What is that about?
Escapo for $2. Jay is the pee-pee poo-poo man. Cooter Bug for a $10. Some of the crazies barking self-righteous condemnation at disrespect appears similar to the people that don't have a problem teaching grade school kids how to have oral sex with people. Aren't both bad? Yes, they are. Nick Savage for a $5. This is so strange. Where are the girl's parents? Why didn't they sue Doc? Still smells. Palpatine for a $5. Dr. Disrespect's tweet is a PR nightmare. He should have hired Kevin Spacey's team to handle this matter. Yeesh.
You know what? Kevin Spacey's, honestly, I don't know if it worked or not. He's now like doing the whole like I'm broke bullshit. So he's still acting though. But I don't know. But he should have Doc should have said he's gay.
Yeah.
You would have been fine. Would have been fine. You know,
The
like
Buzz.
I'm hanging out with Chris Tyson, man. Don't cancel me. We're all good.
The Buzz CJC for a $5. If Doc did anything verbally shady, the woke weirdos at Twitch would have put it out immediately years ago. No ifs, ands, or buts. F the cancel pigs.
I agree with that. But I still will go back to his own statement, which is the biggest issue I have. I don't care what some Twitch weirdo said. I don't care what pronouns in bio weirdos say. I don't care what anyone says. I care what he said. And what he said is the biggest problem of this whole situation, in my opinion. And if he clarifies, that will be great. But we don't have that clarification right now. And all we have to go on is the words he said. And the words he said are what he said.
It's the truth, not his truth, not her truth. It's the truth. And that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
JR Cardenas for a $5. I usually am annoyed by Ben, joking, but I agree 100%. Respect your woman and protect her and don't cheat.
Look at there, Ben.
Ben's been killing it tonight, man.
Now, Ben has had a lot of he's had a lot of good points he's added. And obviously, this is a topic that, again, everybody has to understand. It's just, it doesn't matter. Like, for all practical purposes, and I don't say this because this is not what I want G&G to be, like the main channel anyway. But like for the majority of the audience that's here, it's my channel because I'm the predominant person that's on the channel. But it doesn't mean that other people aren't part of it, whatever. But when that happens on YouTube specifically, you come in here with different takes. It's like anything else. When I'm on Friday Night Tights, I've been on Friday Night Tights for like 3 or 4 years. Half the fucking chat hates my guts because it's Gary's channel. It's Gary's channel. You know what I mean? They're like, shut the fuck up. Jeremy doesn't know shit. Jeremy should, welcome to the internet. So when you're on someone else's channel, you're going to get criticism more so than you would on your own channel or something like that. But Ben had some good points for sure.
Marcus Henry for a $5. Even with the Drake and Kendrick thing about Drake having a thing for minors, it's still fresh on people's minds. Bro is cooked. Blabs the Tower Tart for $2 says, go Tigers. Darian Murphy for a $1.99. Could this be a setup by Twitch? Very well. But it doesn't look good for either party. Force Geek for a $5. Dear Diary, it's me, Beardo. Werewolf was in my room last night. At least I dreamt it. Or maybe not. I'm afraid. I don't know what to do. Hugs and kisses.
It's your sleep paralysis demon.
Hercules for a $1.99. Twitch is the real problem. Doc is cooked anyways. A bug stuck in Eric July's shoulder hair for a $5. He says he'll be here soon. He's watching his old twerking videos and signing to himself, I traded my booty for the shoulder hair.
Keep sending me super chats that hate on Ripa, please. I want them all.
Whoa, look at Dave Chandler for a $100. Can we pull it up?
Can we pull it up?
Highlight.
Oh, you were asking me. Okay, my bad.
Jake the Viking looks like a supervillain with that cat in his lap. Ben looks like Ben. I agree with Jay. Steph and Savvy are lovely. Beardo, the chat loves to torment you because they know you can take it. Hi, Jeremy, and hail the 199.
Look at that.
Boom!
Look at that. That's a super chat. That's a super chat right there.
Nice bird.
There we go. Nice bird.
Also, you guys can roast me in donos too. You know that. You don't have to be simps all the time. I like roasts more than I like compliments. Just saying.
There you go.
Be creative.
Be careful what you ask for.
I would rather be called lettuce jointed than anything else.
Hood Blade for a $5. I'm just super chatting to see if Bearded Feardo Waffy Man reads my name as Hooded Blade for the 3rd time on stream. No, I got you right. Hood Blade for a $5. Thank you. Kicksta for a $8. 15 years to the day since MJ's passing. Can we get a favorite MJ song from everyone on the panel? Also, thoughts on the upcoming biopic?
So we got this asked today during Daily. Michael Jackson. Obviously, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. I think he's the greatest entertainer that's ever lived. I don't think there's even a discussion to be had. And as far as like favorite songs, there's way too many to name. But I mentioned a song, Who Is It? From his Dangerous album that I think, because there's so many iconic ones that you can just name off the top of your head. That one's obviously a popular one, but it's not like up there with like Thriller and Beat It and Billie Jean and all of that. But yeah, Michael Jackson is the GOAT.
I think
my favorite is Smooth
be
Criminal. I love Smooth Criminal.
Smooth Criminal is pretty awesome.
There you go.
Yeah.
Man in the Mirror is really good.
That is a good one. He's the GOAT.
Wanna be starting something, gotta be starting something.
Roblox head Leslie Headland for a $2. Beardo, point on the doll where Ben touched you. Thank you for the $2. Scarfy the Strange for a $5. My friend Exalted Speed called the Dr. Disrespect thing when we talked about it his earlier ban years ago. B Grows for a $5. Jesus, Jay, leave some room for other people to talk. Also, Beardo's beard is pretty all right.
Trying. Jay, talked way too much tonight, man. You gotta tighten that up, bro. You gotta tighten that up.
You got you.
Are you gonna hit 90K tonight?
No.
Oh, I think we can get you there. Where are you at now? Where are you at now?
About 100 away from 86.
We're gonna do 90K.
We can do it.
90K.
Come on.
You're gonna get 500,000 views on your review tonight.
Maybe.
Ministry of Wrong Think for a $5.
No complaints.
Ministry of Wrong Think for a $5. Everything rests on if he knew or not. If he admitted it, the cops need to be involved, and this needs to be maybe judged by a jury trial so there's a conclusion. Atlanta Falcons for a 199. Let's go, Jay, for world leader.
I'm working on my campaign.
Hot
Appreciate
fart Fernando for a 199. Even when Jay is wrong, he's right.
Trying, man.
I like this one. So Elsid Barrett got your name wrong. Said Sevi, who's on our tabletop channel, says wants to be roasted. Okay, what does a microwave, a wood chipper, and a savvy have in common? 3 things no one should ever put a baby in. Damn.
Oh, snap.
That's a good one.
Also, shout out to the profile picture of the Carrick. Elsa, I see you.
I didn't know where that one was going. Holy shit, that was brutal.
Like I said, be careful what you ask for.
You did ask.
I love
for
it. I love getting roasted.
You asked for it, and she handled it like a champ. So that's why we love her around here. So that was brutal. Holy crap! All right, Celluloid Dream. Whoever hacked you needs to fucking. These compliments are pissing me off. Like I don't like it.
What are we doing?
You've been complimenting me for 3 days now. 3 days.
Gotta fucking wake up.
Everybody, anybody that knows me knows I hate compliments. I would rather be roasted. Celluloid Dream is bothering me. It's bothering me. Oh no. You know what? I've been here for a lot longer than you, okay? A lot longer. Next time you want some fucking advice, don't message me, all right? Jeremy, can you help me on YouTube? You're such a genius.
Oh!
It all comes out.
Whoa!
If you want me, bitch, I'll fucking roast you in cut, and then we'll see who's the fucking man.
Well, hold on.
Listen.
This
I don't like
you want some now?
This just
Savvy, last week you said that you shipped Kylo Ren
Yeah.
and the ginger from
Yeah.
What's the Empire in the sequels? The First
General
Order?
General Hux.
Hux. You wanted Kylo Ren and Hux to butt fuck each other, and you said it last week live.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What about it? I want them to be abusive towards each other because it's fucking hot.
This is
Imagine
so
they're
weird.
fucking
Holy
fist fighting
shit.
and then they get naked on the floor. Like, come on, man, that's great.
All right, let's keep it
I love
moving.
the
Johnny.
aggression.
It'll be the last time she's on a Geeks
brought
Gamer
it.
stream. So.
I need a Tylenol, man. Johnny the wife beater for a $2 says dishwasher stopped working again. Be right back.
Do you know the lore on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny the wife beater. Pretty good.
Roblox head Leslie Headland for a $2. I agree with Jay. Jay is always right. Ben, shut up.
That's really good. That's really good. He just got to the point.
Marcus Henry for a $5. Doc was cooked just from the allegations alone. In the court of public opinion, you are guilty and until proven innocent. That's a reality. Yep.
Dave Chandler for 20.
Let's go.
Says, Jeremy, the compliments are my fault. I've had a corrosive effect on the chat. By the way, I didn't know Krista was listening. Krista, you're the best. That is from Dave Chandler. There we go. Stop with the compliments, please.
Sunny Hard R.
I've done a good job of building a community that insults me constantly. I want to keep it that way.
Sunny Hard R for a $2. Jay, what the fuck is the auto-generated chat summary about?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
You might want to figure that out, Jay.
Marcus Henry for a $2.
I technically haven't taken over being in charge from you. You're still in charge of this thing.
I don't even know how to pull it up.
Yeah, I can't pull up the AI thing on my phone either.
Well,
I don't know
it's
how
just
to do it.
so whenever you initially log into a stream is when it pops up. So if you're watching the stream now, like back out and then pop back in, and then as soon as I pop in, it says a live. I got to screenshot it. A live chat discussion about a streamer named Jeremy and viewers discussing various aspects of his personality, music, and interactions with others. The chat also disappeared on me. Here, I did screenshot it. The chat.
Your camera's frozen too. Take your screenshots,
me,
chat.
God damn it! Fuck this fucking camera. Fuck.
Grab them, dude.
Don't get expensive shit. I'm telling you guys.
Well, Jeremy, I told you this, and actually, it was Jake when we were hanging out told me this. You need to lower your frames on your camera to 30 frames per second because if it's at 60, your camera's gonna fuck up.
Bro, I don't get it.
Yep. What kind of camera do you have? We can figure this out right now, real quick.
It's a Canon M50.
First problem right there, Canon. What do you have your frame rate set at?
I'm not sure what it's set at. I'd have to look at it.
Learn your shit, bro.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Also, isn't it?
You gotta bump it down to 30 or less.
I think I'm pretty sure it's at 30 frames. I don't have it set at 60.
It might be at 60.
I don't have it set at 60. I know for a fact
it might be at 60.
You might have a timer on the camera you need to get turned off where it like automatically turns off after a certain amount of time, or it's Canon software interfering with StreamYard, because I had that issue when I was using a Canon. That's why I switched to Sony. I don't have any issues with Sony.
Also, isn't it don't actual cameras tend to have a problem or like be problematic? Webcams are better.
No.
I don't know.
I'm using the one I'm using right now is a Sony FX3, which is their cinema level camera for videography. Okay. And I've got it set at 23.98 frames per second and 4K, and it looks fantastic, and it'll run until I turn it off.
I'm looking at my camera now. Continue on.
Marcus Henry for a $2.
He's looking at it now.
Also, Steph and Savvy are some baddies. Okay, simping's over.
Sure.
Stephen DeLeon for a $5. Savvy says she's married. She doesn't say happily married. There's still a chance, boys.
Happily in love. He's my soulmate and will never get away from me, okay? He's crap.
That's major, so there's a chance vibes.
Really now for a $5. My mom said I wasn't retarded, Jeremy. She says I was special. What do we chat quip it? Robot Dogs for a $5. Got a lot of movies and people's backgrounds made by Harvey Weinstein. Don't see people getting rid of those or their figures. Marcus Henry for another $5. Same thing for people defending Doc. If it was Hassan, people would be quick to jump to PDF file allegations. Hercules for a 109. Raise your hand if you have gotten hacked to Hooded Blade for a $5. Since Beardo and Jake are here, I thought I'd mention my parody of Blood and Water called Blood and Bananas on my channel. Ben knows all about it.
It's great.
Fantastic, Mr. Knox for a $2. Look for T. Ricky Berwick tweet about Dr. Disrespect. NTR Uncle for a $5. What kind of person cheats on their spouse? The nerve of some people. The Aventator for a $5. The question is, did he know the age of who he was talking to, and why did Twitch wait 3 years to ban him? The Hidden Bee for a $5. Hail Fellowship, going for a root canal in the morning could use some encouragement. The good thing is I took the rest of the week off work. Hail all. Hey, good luck with that, man. The Golden Nuggets for a 2. Jay, I farted. Good talk. Roblox Head, Leslie Headland for a $2. Beardo and Ben eat Hawk Tua hot dogs the long way. Hussein Noir for a $5. If you're old enough to legally receive taxable income, then you're an adult. You have to acknowledge you're an adult to use the platform. Atlanta Falcons for a 109. Doc Giddy, Doc Dudley, Doc Drizzy. Karen July for a $5. I gave Dr. Disrespect the bully haters link. The memes going around is cyber harassment and the police must get involved. Marcus Henry for a 2. Dr. Diddley Specht. Grand Potato for a $5. Savvy sounds like someone who would trip Pooh Bear at Disney just for the lulz.
Yes.
Doubly Nanners for a $2. I agree with Jay about the doc stuff.
Thank you.
All right. I think I got it fixed, Jay. Jay sent me a link and a breakdown of it, so I think we got it fixed now.
Marcus Henry for a 2.
That did not happen, by the way. Jay's like, if you plug it in, it'll work.
Just plug it in and plug it out.
Hey, what's there to do at Universal Studios? Buy a ticket.
Yeah, somebody's like, sends like $100 super chat. They're like, hey guys, I know you're theme park experts, so just gonna be in Orlando. What's there to do with the Universal? Jay's like, buy a ticket. Just go to park.
I'm just saying I didn't want to spoil anything. Number 2,
just buy a ticket.
You needed a ticket to get
You
it.
just said actually have fun.
Yeah. Buy a ticket, go to the park. Drunk 3PO.
Just make sure you buy a ticket. Marcus Henry for $2. Can we get a Hawk Tua from the ladies on the panel?
Hey, what if I was to set up? Chat?
Sometimes.
What if I was to set up private tours from the park hopping crew? If you purchase those through the geeksgamers.com website, drunk 3PO, we'd have like a tier. Jay would be the cheapest tier. And then we'd
Yeah.
add tiers to it. So like Krista would be added to it, or Beardo or Jay or Jeremy or whatever. Do that. Charge, I'd say minimum 15,000. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that much.
Only if I get Jay first.
Heck, I would lead a tour.
I
for
want Jay first go.
$15,000.
No practice. Give me Jay.
And if you change your date, the penalty will be that Ben takes the tour. If you have to change your date, you'll be penalized by going, well, Ben's going to be your tour guide now.
Yep.
I like that.
I didn't agree to any of this yet.
Marcus Henry for a
You're
$2.
being voluntold.
Marcus Henry for a $2. Can we get a Hawk Tua from the ladies on the panel?
Ben,
real
go
quick-
for it.
Yeah, Ben.
Did I hear that she got fired?
I did hear that. Yeah.
She got fired.
Yeah.
She was apparently
hear
she was like a kindergarten or like elementary
Yeah,
school
and
teacher.
apparently her
Yeah.
dad's like a pastor.
Her dad's
Yeah.
a pastor.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
her school board found out about it. They fired her.
Wow. I did not know that. Wow.
Like, damn! Imagine going out with your friends in Nashville having fun. You get caught with a viral quote, and then your job just like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
No
I mean,
Chick-fil-A sauce. She got fired too, didn't she?
it's I don't know, man. That's pretty crappy. I mean, and she's really a victim of the video going viral. If it doesn't go viral, it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
And that's my whole thing. Like I don't know, man. I'm really, this is why I'm really happy to be tied to the corner of the internet that I'm tied to. No matter what happens with us, like if I need to like deal with something, I'll deal with something. I don't let the internet determine that. And so, I mean, we've had our own controversial moments at G&G for sure, but I like to handle those behind the scenes in-house, however I need to handle them. Who cares what the internet thinks? Who cares what these fucking freaks on Twitter think? Who cares? All these fucking cancel fucking pigs. You just have to not be worried about the mob is really what it comes down to. But when you have a real job like that, I guess that's a whole different ballgame. But at the same time, these real jobs let these fucking people put pronouns on their name tags and wear their fucking pride masks.
Yeah, but you'll get canceled for
exactly.
video.
Oh, there's a video. I wish I had saved it where it was a teacher and she was dishing out like her pronouns were the they, zer, zim, zers, or whatever. And one of the students was like, well, what if we don't agree with what you're trying to teach? She goes, well, it doesn't matter. It's my classroom. And then she went on to like say something. And then at the very end of the video, he goes, okay, Mrs. Barron. And I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Let me see if I can find
You
it.
seen it? Oh,
yeah.
it was so
Let me see if I can find it.
Fantastic, Mr. Knox for a $5. Titty streamers, I mean ASMR streamers, is okay without age restrictions, but Dr. Disrespect getting the arse for messaging a minor, isn't it? It's all bad. Roblox head Leslie Headland for another $2. Beardo spits on his corn before he eats it. Thank you for the $2. Golden Nuggets for a $2. Does Beardo hawk Tua his hot dogs? Hercules for a $1.99. Ava Tyson is alpha now. What? Ice Swallow Cum for a $5. Shout out to Beardo. He's a great addition to Geeks and Gamers. Jeremy has no gag reflex. Ben has a small mouth. Jay bottoms out on traffic cones. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Wait, what?
None of that made sense.
I'm just
Traffic
reading.
cones. They're like big orange things.
Dude, Jay, you're right. They are the big orange things.
I'm just saying, like,
What a keen
how does that work?
observation.
Even Beardo for a $2 knows Ben be gay. Axiom Seraph for a $5. Mary was 15 when she birthed Jesus. That Christian God know what I'm saying. Most Americans are Christian, but that magical 18 square the circle. Brian Keith for a $5. Thought about getting back into gaming, but not sure the best way to go. What do the gamers here suggest as far as meta PCs, Xbox, or PlayStation? PC Master Race, and if you are in the market for a high caliber gaming PC, meta PCs, code GEEKS or code 199 to get a hefty discount on your next gaming computer.
Promo code 199, and Nintendo is the correct answer, by the way. It's Nintendo. Nintendo is the correct answer.
No.
But if you're not asking Nintendo in that equation, I think that you're like personally, the best answer is a PC and a Nintendo.
They weren't
That's the
asking
answer.
Nintendo elitists. They
I
were
know,
just
I know,
asking,
I know.
you know,
But
normal
PC's the
people.
answer.
Yeah.
PC's the answer. If you want the honest answer, it's PC.
If you want the most bang for your buck, go PC. A meta PC. Caustic for a $5. Hey, Tobias finally has representation. Just ask Savvy.
Huh?
Lance for a $5. Remember, there's still supposed to be a duel rivaling Duel of the Fates in the Acolyte.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I
tonight,
can't wait.
apparently.
15 minutes.
I'll have a video. I'll be having a video up soon.
And Akmaman for a $5. Question for the panel. Did you ever take a crap so big that your pants fit better afterwards? Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
The Palidan for a
Dude,
$5.
there's nothing better than a good poop.
So true.
It's just like you feel like you can fight the world afterwards, you know?
Especially when you're fighting for your life, you're sweating, you feel like you're about to die, and you get over it. You just feel like you can take on the world.
And then you eat like the next day, and you're like, I'm so fat. I can't do anything in my life anymore. It's true.
Then you let it all out.
And then you shed a tear after. Man, I want one right now. The Palidan for a $5. In the Dragonlance books, balance will always return because good will always purify. There we go. In the Dragonlance books, balance will always return because good will always purify good and evil will always betray evil until they destroy themselves. Thank you for the $5. Even Beardo for a $2. Ben is the one with the echo. Actually, I think it's Savvy. Rattle Shark for a $5. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is left off the U.S. Olympic team. Why? That's a good question.
She's too good and everyone's jealous.
Well, Caitlin Clark is Italian in her, I don't know, I guess in her lineage. So she should go play for Team Italy.
I think it was Canadian. Wasn't it Canadian? I thought it was Canadian.
I saw that she was Italian.
But yeah, I saw she had the bit where she could go to a different team.
Yeah, she could play for a different team, and she should.
They finally get the recognition they want, and then they don't want it.
I know.
And they're all so jealous of her, and it's like, dude, come on.
It's because she's good, man.
Yeah.
Jason
And then
Yankovic.
she pulls the numbers.
Jason Yankovic for a $5. Can't help but notice that there are no black women on this stream. Ben's here.
Says who? Yeah,
Flame
we got
M16.
all types of representation up in here. We are the representation. All right, it's important to us.
Flame M16 for $2 says, "Let's play some zombies, Beardo." Hey, I'm down. I'm dying to play some zombies. The Anti-Woke Academy for Arts and Science for $5. Just caught up on today's Geeks and Gamers Daily. My favorite part is when Jeremy holds up 10 fingers and exclaims 5 at the 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 17 seconds mark.
It was 2 5s. Is all.
Well, Brian won for a $5. Mini Lad is still around on YouTube. Doc will survive. Also, Ben can out squat Fear the Queerdo. Thank you for the $5. John Papa Sergio for a $5. I hope the chubby Jedi is Smilo even. It doesn't make sense because the appearances don't match up, but it would be hilarious. Grand Potato for a $5. Jake looks like he doesn't skip leg day. Also, Savvy, what's that behind you? Looks like it has 8 legs. Space.
Hey, did we get JM the Elite fans on Rumble?
I don't have Rumble pulled up.
JM the Elite fan for 20 on Rumble says, don't know why Beardo and Ben don't get along. They both seem pretty skilled in the art of Haktua. And then JM the Elite fan for 20 says Twitter isn't a court of law, and aspersions can't be cast predicted on basis conjecture. Someone being a scumbag doesn't equate to being a criminal. More context and info is always needed. Well, I agree with that, but at the end of the day, the court of public opinion is how Dr. Disrespect makes his money.
Yep.
And that's why it's important from that perspective. And his own audience wants answers as to what happened with this interaction that he confirmed happened. And it's up to him to give that context to the people that support him and are interested. So from that perspective, it does matter. It matters a lot from the people that are actually supportive of him. And I think that the majority of people that support him are willing to, they want to continue to support him but they want clarity on this particular situation that he confirmed.
So how much are you squatting nowadays, Jake?
Dude, I haven't squatted in forever because I'm dealing with lower back pain and sciatic nerve issues. So
That sucks.
Sorry to bring that up. Sorry about that. Yeah, never mind.
I went to the chiropractor today, and it's gonna be a long road to heal.
Are you doing physical therapy too?
Yeah, but most I've ever squatted was a 525.
Good job, Jay. Just brought the whole temperature down in the room, buddy. Good job. Good job.
I don't say much on this show. Why am I even here?
Bobby Shea.
You're having health issues. Oh, okay.
The chat seems to think you offer a ton of good insight. So there's that.
Even when I'm not here, I offer good insight.
He offered so much insight on our ghost hunt together. It was great.
Oh, you knew you loved it that I was there.
Loved it so much.
It got you better views.
No.
Bobby Lachey for a $5.
You know who you need to take on a ghost hunt is Gary Nerdrotic. That'll get you the views right there.
I'd be down.
Tell him I want him to go on a ghost hunt.
I won't get you views, but I love.
You certainly will not get him views. So
I'd love to go.
We're in the view business here, Ben.
My channel already doesn't get views for whatever reason. We can call some question, chat up, and whatever. So I will pass.
Your channel might get views with me on it. Who knows?
Alec Baldwin's finger with a proper 199 says nothing.
Nothing. Can we get 199 likes on that one? It's already got 19 likes. Can we get 199 likes? 199 likes. Let's go. ABF
never misses.
He never fucking misses, man.
Not miss.
He's batting 1,000.
He does not miss.
Bobby Lachey for a $5. Only question I have on all of this scandal is how old was Beardo in 2017? Good one. Axiom Seraph for a $10. 17 is not PDF. PDF is prepubescence. 15 would be young adulthood with every culture throughout history. We treat 18 like it's biblically sourced. Would you treat a 15-year-old murderer like a child?
I treat the law like the law.
Yeah, stop trying to judge.
It's such a stupid take. Like at the end of the day, the law is the law. And that's how it has to be treated. It doesn't mean your opinion has to be agreeing with it. I don't agree that I have to drive down the road at fucking 45 miles an hour in an obvious zone that I should be able to drive faster. But I know that if I go over that speed limit, I run the risk of being pulled over and given a ticket.
Mr. Insanity for a 199 says, Beardo going to keep copying everything Doc does? I don't think you watch Fear the Beardo streams.
Doc's a little better at gaming, so...
XR Coon for a $10. The fall of Dr. Disrespect, the rise of Dr. Wishrespect. Let's see. Andre CR says Beardo is the Twitch whispers of G&G. Cool. Let's see.
How many likes do we got? We've almost got 199 likes on ABF's tweet or his super chat. I think we're gonna get it. Are you catching? Do you need me to help?
Space Digger for a $2 says insults aren't the only thing Beardo's taking.
I say Space Digger because of his previous name. He's always tried to trip us up on that. War Machine with 5 gifted memberships. I missed that one earlier, War Machine, and I apologize. I didn't know Hypnotic was here. Did you know we had a celebrity here? Hypnotic with a member message, and he says, hello to everyone except Ben. Damn.
Hey, at least I don't wear cat ears and look gay on the internet.
Oh, Hypnotic.
And with that being said, I'm just...
all right, how many
Ben,
likes?
You have to go?
I do have to get out of here, yeah.
All right, ABF's comment is at I can't fucking.
It's at
202. It went over. Yeah. Let me give it the heart right there. Boom. What happens when I give it a heart? I'm just curious. So I hearted it. So does anything happen from the chat's perspective?
I think it pushes it up.
Special.
Does it push it up? I'm curious about that. Anyway, Ben, where can they find you at, buddy?
Well, considering all the people that are saying, thank goodness Ben's leaving, probably nowhere. But if you're interested, you can follow me on Twitter at Benology and on YouTube at Benology.
Ben's good peeps, y'all. Ben's good peeps.
Stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday usually on the channel. So feel free to stop by.
Take it easy, brother.
Yeah, you too.
Good stuff tonight, man.
Thanks,
Have
guys.
a good one, buddy.
Yeah, you
Hey,
too.
later, Ben.
Bye.
Later, bud.
And Aquaman with the $3. Hi, Beardo. My dad used to be a part of the pro bodybuilding circuit back in the 80s. He wanted me to tell you to stop skipping leg day. He considered giving you tips, but was disgusted by your Call of Duty performance. He'd rather help Warwolf instead.
Hail Warwolf.
Sure. Risk it for the biscuit for 4 months. 4 months of
You guys
fun.
understand the power Beardo has? Like, Warwolf was a literal just person in the lobby, and Beardo's made him into a legendary meme. That's a talent right there. That is a talent. That is a
You're
talent.
damn right.
That's a
I'm good at what I
talent.
do. Risk it for the biscuit for 4 months. 4 months of fun. The last one has been a struggle. Oh, and Jeremy, replace Ben for Alec Baldwin's finger already. Hail the GCA.
Hail the GCA.
J.M. Elliott for 13 months. Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Tell you a little something you might like to hear. Vault 95 Survivor for $2. Beardo had to use an aimbot to defeat Liquid Snake. Not true. Blab's a tower tard for a $5. You ever been a 120-degree porta potty struggling to drop a deuce and then a mortar goes off nearby and you empty out instantly? Yes. War Wizard for a 199.
Dude, I stopped at a truck stop one time when I was on the interstate, and they had their restrooms being refurbished, so they had like porta potties out there, and I walked in and I almost died. It was the worst moment of my life. It was I was like, I would rather be anywhere else on this entire planet than this moment right here. It was the worst thing ever. Bad memories right there, bro. Bad memories.
War Wizard for a
one too,
199.
man.
You heard it here. Beardo cries when he poops. Everyone does. My dude for a 7 months. Is Ben related to Tony Chivarone? I don't know. Jack Hudson for 24
Jay is
months
just a
says hi.
child. Jay just laughs at any poop.
No,
or
I
fart
had a
joke.
story too, but he kept reading. I just said,
Elite Neo for a $50.
All right, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
it was stupid.
No, we want to hear it. People come here for the poop jokes. Let's go.
I was at a Lovies, whatever.
Loves, not lovey.
Lovies? Oh,
Man, had to go. And I thought you're sitting there handling business, and then I didn't lock the door. It just quietly swang open. I was doing everything in my power to try to grab that door, man. I couldn't get it. So I was trying to stretch my leg out. Like, then you hear someone walk in, and you're like, "Oh my god!" It's like, well, I gotta get it. Pinch off a meatloaf and take care of it. Oh,
I remember when we were driving to Vegas 2 years ago. Last year.
It was awful.
And we stopped, and I had to take a massive shit. And I was in there for a good 40 minutes, and I have Jeremy and Jay and Krista texting me while I was in there, while they're waiting in the car, asking me if I was okay. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, man.
It's just a scary sign when you're sitting there and you can't touch the door, and it's just.
And then somebody walks in, and you're just pooping.
You're in a weird position, like all exposed. I'm like, oh sweet Jesus, I can't get the door. You try to make like a little lasso with the toilet paper. Try to pull it back.
Elite Neo with a $50 says, speaking of good
missile,
poops.
man, and shut the door.
Elite Neo for a 50. Speaking of good poops, the "Did you ever think you were going to die from a shit" thread on Reddit is pretty amusing. The author's analogy is it shout out his ass like Lucifer's hammer en route to wipe out the whole civilization of Philistines.
What is wrong with us?
Got me. I
What
don't know.
is
War
wrong
Wizard
with
for a
us?
199. Skip my
Thank you,
second
Elite
$5
Neo.
Beardo. Couldn't read it. It's in here somewhere, man. It's in here somewhere.
There's a lot of super chats to get to still.
Master Gawa for a
Jay's
$10.
slowing everything down.
Dr. Disrespect thing feels like a Twitch conspiracy. Have money for Kirsha's battery fund. Women are like Maglite flashlights. They can't fit at least 4 D cell batteries in them, and you got to keep them energized. Thank you. War Wizard for a 199. You heard it here. Beardo cries when he poops. Yeah, I read that one. Annie P for a 5. To help with back pain, sciatica, sleep on the floor or a very hard surface. It sucks for a week, but it really helps. Diz the Jizzbot for a $5. Jeremy is the black woman from the waist down. Lord Botha for a $5. Savvy, your uwus are annoying, squeaky, and your roots are showing. There, I was mean to you. Just try to give you what you want. I'll be right back. I gotta take a fucking piss.
That was a good one.
Oh man. All right, I'll catch up on some of these really quick. Marcus Henry says, oh man, Jeremy is such a good person. Love him. That's for $2. Stitch says, Jeremy, oh my God, you are awesome and a model for humanity. Atlanta Falcons 03 says, still don't like bent. Jeremy, that a cool hat. Thank you. Louis C. Go ahead, Krista. You sing that one for me. You do that one all the time. The Michael Jackson one. I'll let you do it. She gonna pop in here?
Mama say, Mama say, Mama kusa. Mama say, Mama say, Mama kusa. Mama say, Mama say, Mama kusa. Mama say, Mama say, Mama kusa.
There we go. Mad Master Porky says, Savvy says 1v1 me, but I learned recently she can't even throw grenades right. Also, she's a furry. Oh, any response?
I posted a video roasting myself. I made a bad move many moons ago in Call of Duty Nuketown, and instead of throwing the grenade out the window, it went just above it and stayed inside. And then I tried to turn around, but I was too slow, so I looked like a complete fucking retard who doesn't know where the door is. And then I just died. It was great.
My bad.
It was good.
It's all good, Beer. I got a few of them. A big Pete Bear says James O'Keefe visited Bohemian Grove as an invited guest. Look it up, dude. Is bad news. I don't know. I like what he's doing on the Disney front. I don't know what else I don't follow the guy to know whatever else he's got going on. So, Disco Cobra for 20.
A 20.
Don't let Jeremy's hard exterior fool you. He's a softie. I don't think I've ever roasted use. I've wanted to a couple of times, but I just like to ask questions. Hey, are those Flex Fit hats ever coming out? LOL. Yes. Yes. There's just a lot of different merch we're trying to put together on that one. So, but I the more you guys ask, the more that I know that there is a demand for them. So please continue to keep asking me. That's the Disco Cobra 20 right there for you, Krista. All right,
Michael
go ahead,
Rucka for a 15 months. Jay is always right. Desbit for a 15 months. Jay bringing in all the accurate insight and knowledge we all need. Thank Jay. I agree with you 1,000%. Vault 95 Survivor for $1. The law is the law and Krista is the law. Cerberus for 14 months. He doesn't always have something to say, but when he does, I agree with Jay.
Thank
Kelly
you.
Paulson for a 7 months. Jay and Beardo bringing back high tea. You're damn right. Thank you, Elite Neo, for that $50 as well. Pythagoras for a 5 months. Holy shit. It's like a solid case of they're not after me. They're after you. I am just in the way. Who'd have thought? Mr. Jimmy for a 14 months. Doesn't matter who you are, Craig. Wood chippers go burr. Escapo for a $2. Professor Poo Poo Pants J. Space, Digger for a $2. To make you feel better, you are gay, Jeremy. Grand Potato for a $1.99. Jeremy, you're the world's greatest dad.
Well, thank you.
John for a 2 months. 17 is not a child. Puberty determines early adulthood. Too much moral grandstanding from the panel tonight. Magnus Patter for a $5. Hey, Tuesday night's main event sent in a $5 last week, but Tardo missed it because he can't read. Love that you had Drew Hernandez on. You need to get Owen Schroyer on next. Shout out to all of the Info Warriors. Also, hi, Steph. Last week we had a lot of super chats, and I think that Jeremy covered those on either CobraCast or Geeks Gamers Daily.
I've still got some more I've got to get to. It was just so many. It was so many.
There was a lot.
Mr.
Peckerwood. Sorry?
He didn't do it.
Yes, I did.
He didn't do it.
Yes, I did.
Mr. Peckerwood for 14 months.
You know what Jay didn't do? His stream for Saturday for the last fucking month, letting all of his fans down.
Dude, what about...
Yeah.
They're pretty
Well, if we
upset with
power
me.
through, we can get to them. They're right here.
Oh, look at there. See there?
It's going to be a 5-hour show. We have to watch The Acolyte to make fun of it.
Hurry up. Let's go.
Mr.
Savvy, let's
Peckerwood,
hurry
for a
the fuck up.
14 months, when I hit 12 years old, my parents told me I was no longer a child, but a young adult, and that I was expected to behave and act accordingly. Anakmaman for a $2. There are days I don't want to slap Jeremy. Master Austin for a $10. Jeremy like Five Guys and the restaurant. Various crazy people for a $10. We are all down on Dr. Disrespect, but now give Michael Jackson his flowers. Even if kids were drinking his milk at the Neverland Ranch, Michael was Dr. Disrespect and Disney all in one. James OP for a $5. The Canon software sucks. Use the mini HDMI port, not the Canon crap USB software interface.
That's what I use. That's what I use.
Spazzy Me 99 for a 15 months, 199 scanning in. The people in the chat arguing 16, 17 years old are not children, are highly suspect. Let's make pedophiles afraid again, 199. Destructo Disc for a 9 months. Panel, what's your go-to method of establishing if a person has just given you a false age during conversation? How long does it take for you usually? Never been there. Matthew Griffith for a $2.
If I have to ask that question, I'm getting out of the conversation before I get the answer.
Right.
I don't need the
Don't
answer.
flirt online.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
flirt in DMs.
Especially
Yeah.
if
Don't
you're married.
send Sex.
Yeah,
especially if you're married.
No
don't
dick
engage.
pics, doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
just stop. No dick, no boob. Just don't do it. You don't need to. Go get pussy outside from an adult.
When you put yourself in a situation where you have to ask the other person how old they are, you're in the wrong situation.
Right,
Old Renaissance Boomer. Sorry. Old Renaissance Boomer with a $50. Can we highlight it, please?
There you go.
Tempted to go meta, but I really like building my PCs, especially since I can tie it into my home theater and play various media in full Dolby. Front speakers can make you feel like you're on Arnold's Harley in Terminator 2. AMD or Intel, hail the 199 AMD all the way.
Intel.
That's sick.
Nope, AMD.
Oh, are they fighting? We got Savvy and Beardo fighting.
AMD.
Intel.
Sure. Super Chair Destroyer with a $50 says Flex Fit. That's what Savvy says.
You asked for it, Savvy.
Matthew Griffith for a $2. Savvy can be my wood chipper. Jeez. Elite Neo for a $5. Since Savvy likes being roasted, reminder to the chat that she's married. Professor Savage Dad for a 5 months. How many days has it been since your last leg day, Beardo? Just a few days ago. Grem Pal Taken for a 14 months. Fuck. Did you guys react to Danky's new video from today? Hail the 199.
Not yet. I saw you uploaded one. Hail Danky.
Neo Cortex for a $2. Shut up and take my money. Thank you for the $2. Big spender there. You fucked that bitch for a $2. Jay, have you popped a cherry or still a virgin? That's weird. Slade Lawton for 23 months. Filoni Clone Wars sucks. Jeremy, it's been a while. Can we play that certain clip for Steph?
Let me see. And Coloni flown God damn it. See the camera? I fucking it fucked up on me again. So I even changed all my stuff. Anyway, Clone Wars is amazing. All right. I love the Clone Wars. Here you go.
Damn! Damn!
There we go.
River Miles for a 50. If you want to pull that up, that's for Savvy.
You can do it.
Hang on.
I believe in you.
The fact that they say in that video, she's gonna fall again.
I know. There you go. Savvy.
River Miles for a 50. There you go. Hope you're happy.
Fucking weirdos.
I know, man.
That is what it is.
We love our weirdos.
What are you gonna do? They're the best. Lulu Blue for a 33 months. Just a reminder, we are very professional here. War Wizard for a $5. A guided tour by Beardo? No thanks. I don't want to have to read the signs to him and carry him around the park when his little baby legs give out. Thank you. Dr. Riz Despect for a $5. Don't make the same mistake as me, Jeremy. If your camera says if your camera says she's at 30 frames a second, she's really 60. Don't trust her. Weasel for a 17 months. I got blocked by Mercante in 4 replies. Get good, Beardo. I win. Jesus Davila gifted a membership. Thank you. Bird up for 5. So the Hawk Tuah girl gets fired from a school, but not the groomers, just so we're keeping track. Master Gawa for a $5. Never forget, when you go into battle, he who wins the fight wins the night. A lightsaber is merely a warm dildo. So always Hawk Tuah it first. Dave Chandler for 7 months. I joined Twitter after years of resisting social media. Why, oh, why am I being bombarded by Asian and East European cryptocurrency hotties? Elon? Two Faces for a $2. Beardo has weak ass John Morrow legs. No, I don't. John Pike for a $5 super chat. And Real BBC Today suggested a Real BBC versus Geeks and Gamers versus EFAP game night. Az and Gary seem receptive to the idea. What day you all?
Well, I would say what game, but it would probably at the weekend is probably going to be the best time, just because we all have stuff going on during the week. Probably. Not George Floyd for 20. And no, that's not Kane, Jay. All right.
Oh, yeah, I remember from last time.
Sorry,
Jake, have you
Savvy.
met Kane? You know who Kane is?
I met Kane. No.
You know what he looks like, right? Without his mask on.
The wrestler Kane. What the? You made it, Jay. You're
like
just
that?
making it awkward tonight, Jay. Quit making it awkward.
Why is your mic messed up, Jake?
Jay is
My
making
mic's not
everything
messed up,
awkward
bro.
tonight. Like Jay is like the king of awkwardness. He asks people questions they don't know answers to. They don't know anything about. You're
trying to
bringing up
make
topics no one's into. What is wrong with you tonight, Jay?
I was trying to make it funny.
Well, it didn't work.
Two Faces became a new channel member. Thank you, Two Faces. Desert Viper for a $2. Ryan has sweet hot dog brush. Hashtag Ryan loves meat sticks.
DL for $19.99 says, yo, Michael Jackson's the king of sus. What the fuck? All those kids. I would say to educate yourself a little bit. Maybe watch some Razor Fist videos on the topic if you've bought into that mainstream media narrative.
Special J for a $2. This pick is for Jay. Two Faces for a $2. Beardo squats to pee. Lynn Green for a 12 months. Hello to Ben, Steph, Savvy, Jay, Jake, and Jeremy. Anyone else who can read more gooder? Thank you.
More gooder.
Precious Roy for a 199. Where is Snarky J? Pasta. A guy with dice became a new channel member. Lord Botha for a $5. Savvy, don't feel bad about grenading yourself. Just ask Beardo about launching a rocket into his own face in Metal Gear Solid.
Everyone thinks I'm doing drugs in the chat.
Tell me about that.
Albert, not a retro for a $5.
I want to know.
What happened?
Tell me the story. I want to know.
I did it. I rocket launched my face and killed myself in Metal Gear Solid in game. Albert, not a retro for a $5. It was an accident. Hail Steph, High Priestess of the Spicy Cult Slayer of She-Hulk's Destroyer of the Coven on the View and Crusher of Trendy Bimbos. Who's next?
I've never
KG
seen
for a
somebody
$2.
flashbang themselves so many times. Every 5 minutes, Beardo is flashbanging himself. I'm like,
Intent is 9/10 of the law. Thank you, KG. Pre-Dawn Corpse for a $5. Random question, Jake the Viking. Do you like Amon Amarth? Also, Jeremy is still gay. Beardo Warwolf says hi. Amon Amarth is awesome.
Amon Amarth is sick. I want to see him live so I can do the row. And the mosh
Actually,
pit.
Krista Nova is the one who introduced me to Amon Amarth. Shout out. River Miles for a 9 months says AMD. AMD's king, man. AMD's king. ARG, another name for a $9. I told Az and Gary earlier today I've discovered that the main characters' names in the Acolyte are stolen from a Canadian scented soap company. Spirian for $10 says nothing. Thank you, Spirian. Hercules for a 199. Can Jay give us an ooh-woo?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I was wondering where that was going.
Taker for a $5. Order 66 Big Max is Smilo Ren in one of those smiling suits that fat chick wears in that weird Dove video. Remember that, Gem? I do. Saloy Dream for a 199 says, I appreciate you, Jeremy. Drakenwolf for a $2.
Bullshit.
P. Diddy's new name should be Ebony Epstein. Jeez. Kaiju Cowboy for a $3. Acolyte is underrated commentary on fatherlessness. Girl without a father follows crime statistics, commits arson, and joins a criminal gang in the Sith. Hashtag the Force needs fathers. Fear the Tardo. Krista, can you... I can't read all of it. It's cut off. You might need to
Oh,
expand
so this is from last week. Just all this column here.
There we go. Fear the Tardo for $3. Oh, it's a three-parter for $3 each. This is Anak Maman posing as Fear the Tardo.
I'll be right back. You're in charge, Jay. Don't fuck this up, Jay. Don't do it. Don't do it, Jay.
Jake,
how
was it when you were working with?
I'll be right back.
Oh my god!
Let him read super chats, but let him talk too. Go, Jake. Go ahead. Fuck you, Jay. You fucked it all up.
Okay, super chats. Thank you.
Nah, finish
Jake,
it
what
off.
were you gonna ask? Go ahead.
I forgot. Let's go.
Let's keep it moving.
Fear the Tardo with a three-parter. Hi, multi-purpose twin Beardo. I make Tardo sad that losing to Soldier Puppy in Call of Poopy, black cops hurt Beardo so much. It okay. Everyone better than someone at something. Soldier Puppy better at Call of Poopy than Beardo. Beardo better give up lead than Amanda Falcons when play Nude England paperclips. That's something, right? Beardo should watch former Nude England paperclips quarterback Tom Baby's speech. Might inspire Beardo to be pro gamer like Reggie from Nerdaholic. Maybe then Beardo can beat Revolving Apricot in under 2 hours. Next time play Metal Beer Solid. No worry, Beardo. Tardo got back, buddy. Lock it in. Yay. Thank you, Tardo. Beardo's 1/10 of an inch size Peter for a $5. Subscribe to Drunk 3PO, Super Jet to Cobra, and shut up, Fear the Chicken Legs. Also,
Okay,
y'all
real quick.
should after party Acolyte finale with Ryan Kinnell and Theory. By the way, fuck Beardo.
All right,
Thank you
real
for
quick,
the 5.
Let's do a quick Star Wars theory check on the Acolyte.
That's rough.
He does not look entertained.
He looks bored as hell.
How's our boy? How's our boy doing?
He's holding it in.
He's going through it.
Yeah. He looks so
God.
excited.
All right, let's read some.
Zach
super
Fly
chats.
for 7 months. Savvy's fanfic shipping is still less gay than Beardo. Jason Yankovic for a $5. Here is to the send Beardo to New York to review Leslie Headland's new Broadway play fund. I'm good. Thank you for the $5. Atlanta Falcons for a 109. Jay, who's your favorite minority actor?
Wesley Snipes. Always
Jake-
bet on black.
Jake
was a good answer.
Adnabs for a $5. Rest in peace, Acolyte Jedi Master Soul dipped on the rest of the Jedi facing the Sith. Laugh my fucking ass off. That must be a spoiler for tonight's episode. Maximus BT for a $5. Shout out to Steph. Roblox head Leslie Headland for a $2. Savvy looks like a male porn star with herpes.
I didn't know they were so gremlin looking.
Albert, not a retro for a $5. The only thing you need to watch about Michael Jackson is Cat Williams. Don't mess with can boys and sycophants. Vault 95 Survivor for $1. Beardo, would Tom Brady have given up just because he forgot his email password? Do better. James the Elite, I didn't forget my email password. James the Elite fan for a $5. I love how the same people bloviating, that might be a mispronunciation. Bloviating.
Nope, that's the right word.
Bloviating. Okay, that's a correct word. I said it first.
Good job,
Strong
buddy.
female characters pretend Samus Aran doesn't exist. Her past is straight up tragic, and she's a damn intergalactic bounty hunter badass. Gizatron for a 5 months. Hey, Jake, any tips on dealing with the lower back sciatic issue? Can't book in with docs for a fortnight to go over MRI scans, so Dr. Jake is Iskol.
What?
Any advice on dealing with lower back issues?
I'm trying to get help myself, so I'm go see a doctor.
Stretch. Steiner Matt for a $5. Why is Jeremy on the top line with the two shining examples of high fucking testosterone? I know it's the end of Pride Month, but this is no Make-A-Wish. Yeah, I don't know. Tim P for a 14 months. A rough-coated, dough-faced, thoughtful plowman strode through the streets of Scarborough after falling into slow. He coughed and hiccuped. Thank you for the 14 months. Warwolf Morrow for a $2. Don't be scared, Beardo. Black Ops? I want to play zombies, man.
Werewolf Morrow. It's so fucking good.
Chris Benoit with a two-parter for $4.
Uh-oh.
Vince wanted to do a storyline where I had a stalker. I turned it down. Part of the story had me call the police because my opponent said he would cut my hair with large plastic novelty scissors, and I feared for my life. I told him no man would ever lower himself to say something like that. My son would never respect me again. Imagine being afraid of plastic and it's cut off. I'm imagining plastic scissors, maybe. Thank you, Chris Benoit, for the $4. Axiom Seraph for a $5. PDF is a specific scientifically defined aberration. Statutory limits are law. In my state, it's 16, not a defense, but it's a statement of fact. Dave Chandler for a $2. Beardo say otorhinolaryngologist. Thank you for the $2. Nick Savage for a 10. If wrongdoing was done, why wouldn't Twitch have contacted her parents? Were they not notified? Wouldn't they have gone after a millionaire bank account? And are they going after the doc and Twitch meow?
Lot of questions, not as many answers, but at the end of the day, Doc himself said that he did it.
River Miles for a $10. Ebony and Ivory equals P. Diddy and Michael Jackson in perfect harmony. Vault 95 Survivor for $1. Beardo's version of a long-form video is just his intro. Old Renaissance Boomer for a 109. Is Bent's last name Dover? Yes. Albino for a $20. I love lesbian space witches. Not George Floyd for a 20. Sorry, Savvy. Didn't know you were spoken for. Guess I wrote a bad check. I'll see myself out. Vault 95 Survivor for another $1. Beardo, would Tom Brady have given up? We read that one. Thank you, Vault 95 Survivor for $1. And Knockmamon for a 5. I can't roast Savvy. There's no greater insult than being on the same stream as Beardo. Thank you for the 5. Laura Lynn Lance for $2. Look, it's J Bear Smooches. Get a P.O. box already.
I'm working on it. I don't know what you're going to send me. But
Alpono Breathe for a $5. Only thing missing from a Dark Side Beardo gaming stream is he performing diagnostics on his man tool. I don't get it. Mountain Mutt for a $10. Last week, 5 hours about the Acolyte. This week, 3+ hours about Doc disrespect. Yet 0 seconds when Savvy says she touched another woman. I question the straightness of everyone on this panel except for Steph. Eric Smith for a $5. Is tonight's episode the one where the two sisters share an intimate moment, force choking each other? ? Star Phoenix for a $2. Did Justin Timberlake also get a Chris Can medal? Ryan is right for a $5. Ryan has the best takes, i.e. Star Wars. General Duality for $1.
I think it's Chris Chan is what Chris Chan. That's some internet lore right there for you.
My bad. General Duality for $1. Hey Beardo, if you want to prove that you don't skip leg day, you should shoot an LMG while trying to walk. Look up a vid of someone trying to do it. Hail. I'll give it a shot. Gun Ho Mac for a $5. Warwolf owned Beardo so hard that I almost thought slavery was legalized again. Let's keep moving. Holy shit. Magnus Peter for a $5. Drew Hernandez is the fucking GOAT. It just moved on me. Drew Hernandez is the fucking GOAT and free Alex Jones. Shout out to my Info Warriors. Also, Steph is the best Mario Kart player. Don't at me. Dave Chandler for a 20. Today is June 18th. 212 years ago, America declared war on Great Britain and the War of 1812 began. Hail to those who perished in a war we tend to forget. Hayden with the 20. Remember how this morning on Daily I said I stayed up super late making a video. Well, it's gone. Didn't feel like leaving a 30-minute video about Doc up where I speculated and apparently incorrectly. Oh, well. Craig in the morning for a $5.
I would not recommend doing that. Like, if you're going to try to do the YouTube stuff. In the commentary world, everything changes constantly.
Yeah,
like,
rapidly.
You're going to make a video, and then new information is going to come out. And guess what you do? You make another video. That's what you do. I mean, that's YouTube. Like, if you're going to be in the commentary world, you're going to make something, and then like something new or some new information is going to come out. You make another video, because ultimately that's what's going to. Because if you're just chasing the constant truth, then guess what? You're going to be deleting a lot of videos. So I'm not criticizing you for it. I'm just saying like that is how it is, though, because ultimately we still don't know what happened. We still have more questions than answers, regardless. You know what I mean?
Craig in the morning for a 5. Ripa, I finally got some time on Father's Day to finish all of my comics. I'm hooked. Any updates on Ripa Send? Do you think you can fulfill board games? Force Geek for a 10. Mike, it's awesome. Y'all are doing your own thing with Epic Verse. I'm pulling for you. I'm an aspiring screenwriter. Would there ever be a process to submit screenplays or anything like that? Thomas Gilkey for $20. Just so there's no hate, in all seriousness, you're a good guy, Beardo. If I fuck with you, I generally think you're a good guy. Jeremy and Jay know how I operate. Can't wait to give you a big hug, Beardo, when I meet you in person. Shout out to Thomas. Thank you very much. Debrew Dat Do for a $2. I'm on a budget, but I still appreciate you all and the laughs you bring. Keep up the great work. Appreciate that. Hood Blade for a $5. Super chatting again to see if Bearded Feardo Waffy Man reads my name as Hooded Blade. Thanks for the third time. Thank you. East Coast Toasty Boy for a $5. Beardo may demand his Asians in Star Wars, but as demands his trainees in Marvel. Hashtag trans tits are real tits. Fear the leg day for a $2. Batman doesn't skip leg day, so he is better. Sean Agronal for a $2. Spider-Man gets hotter girls than Batman. Well, at least he used to. Lord J for a $5. I couldn't handle the degeneracy, but now cancel savvy. Debrew that do for a $1. Ben is correct. Superman is OP as fuck. Jay Strugglebus for a $2. Good AI chat summary pick on Twitter. Post for show.
Real quick, and I'm still going to be looking over this over the next couple of days, but there's a lot of speculation that CNN is going to strike people down for live reacting to the debate on Thursday. And so I'm going to be monitoring that over the next couple of days. I will be live. It just may only be on Rumble, on my D-Day Cobra Rumble channel and on Twitter. But just want to keep you guys aware of that. I will make more of an announcement on CobraCast tomorrow night. But yeah, CNN is threatening to strike people down just for reacting and doing live commentary. Fucking insane.
It's a freaking presidential debate.
I know. They really don't want people like reacting to it.
Yeah. They're trying to control every piece of the narrative surrounding this. This is insane. This is insane.
I'm almost saying illegal, man. They shouldn't be able to do this. The
that's how it
presidential
feels.
election.
Illegal.
Yeah, that's insane.
Wow.
That is such
Get
suppression.
you for the audio?
Like the American voice.
The video. I mean, the AI can pick up on anything at this point in time. So, guess we'll see.
So I believe all these super chats that I'm reading right now are left over from last week. Sean Nagernal for a $5. I can't believe it, but OSHA May Soap is an actual freaking company. Everything about this show is lazy and ripped off. Not a single original idea. Thankfully, Disney Star Wars is not canon. Head Case Laboratory for a $1.99. Shut up, silly Mike and Jeremy. Let's go, Beardo. Hey, thank you. James LeJesus for a $10. Besides Weird Al and Tim Hawkins, who are your favorite parody song artists?
I don't know if I can name a lot of them, really.
Tim Hawkins, isn't that a dude? So in the wheelchair?
That's
Stephen Hawking.
He's passed away.
He's dead.
Birdman 520 for a $5. Hey yo, Geeks and Gamers and Ben, love Tuesday night's main event. Been lurking this stream as I'm catching up on New Game Plus Elden Ring for DLC. Grapthar's Hammer for a 9 months. Apparently James O'Keefe has some receipts for Disney top execs according to his Twitter. Will probably be shocking, but not really surprising. Parker became a member for 14 months. Life on Marshmallows for a 3 months. Jeremy has eyebrows. D Pool became a channel member. Stephen Brown for a 14 months. Hey Jay, will there be a Denver meetup? Looking forward to getting your books and meeting you. Hail the 109 and God bless. Rippaverse Denver meetup is happening. Jay will be there. So will Star Wars Theory and the Saska sisters.
I will be there.
Jay, what were you saying? You were muted.
I'm going to be there Saturday and Sunday. And yes, Ripa ordered a bunch of my books to be there. There's going to be a banner. So yes, I'll be there Saturday and Sunday. Star Wars Theory will be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And you'll have Krista's art there too.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I will have. That was the last thing. I will have Krista's prints for sale for those that weren't in Dallas that wanted to get it. So
Siloth for an 11 months says 199. Johnny Lightfoot 11 months.
Guys in wheelchairs, just so you know.
Okay. Johnny Lightfoot, 11 months. Hail Tuesday night's main event. I await the day the Acolyte scissors below 10%. I recently had Culver's for the first time, and it's so damn good. I wish I had it where I live.
Let's go.
Godzilla's Greaser for a 19-month. Steph, I forgot to ask you at the meetup. Have you ever heard of Gamera? I think he'd be your favorite kaiju.
Oh yeah, the turtle one. I have, yeah.
Psychotic Mongoose for 7 months. Thank you for the recommitment. WG dropping 5 gifted Geeks and Gamers memberships. Atlanta Falcons became a new channel member. Baked Ewok for 11 months. What up, motherfuckers? Reality became a channel member. Fenrir Fire for 22 months. I sense a disturbance in Beardo's brainwaves. Luis C for 10 months. I've been a Geeks and Gamers fan for years, but I've become disgusted on how much they like to pick on the Mongoloid. Thank you for the 10 months. Sure. A feline named Vajayjay for a 14 months. The addition of Bent has made me start to question the last 14 months. Beardo's poop cookie sounded like a better idea than anything Bent has said. Cerberus gifted 10 memberships. Kyle Crowell for 2 months. Drew's rant was based as fuck. Shout out to Drew Hernandez. Jesus Davila gifted a membership. Dean H for 26 freaking months. Acco shit happens 100 years before the prequel. The witches at the time screwed up the Force so bad that it took all of the males to fix it in the future. Bashy Washy for 29 months. Jeremy, I went away for a bit, and now you have a Down syndrome DPS pony reading the super chat. This show went down quickly. Went down in quality. Fuck. Biker Angelo for 7 months. Can't wait until Beardo plays Metal Gear Solid 7, where the boss named Warwolf is an autistic quadriplegic who uses his chair straw to shoot poop cookies. Thank you. Waka Waka Do for 2 months. Special guest tonight on Nick Recada's YouTube and Rumble return stream. Justin Timberlake. Hope Nick's got some good one-liners. Keely Chow for 6 months says hashtag Odin Raid. East Coast Toasty Boy for $5. Mike, Batman has fought the Hulk way back, but I agree that people need to put respect on Peter's name. You mess with his fam, he bodies a lot of people. Steel Leg of History for 27 months. The new leg is fitting good. And Eric, I just ordered the meetup shirt ×2 and poster. It's already being shipped out. Be here in a few days. Be blessed. Thank you, Steel Leg of History. Mike Hill for 39 months. Just watch Acolyte. Wasn't bad as last week, but it's still terrible. DL for 20. Appreciate the fact that you've maintained a reasonable, healthy, and level-headed perspective throughout all the issues you've covered recently. It keeps your content authentic. Please don't stop being authentic, people. Fuck. Or maybe it's fuck you. Oh, yeah, fuck you. Okay, gotcha. It registered. Albert, not a retro for $5. You Shinzno interrupted my worship of the Steph, a curse. What?
Bro, Mudahar, Some Ordinary Gamers. He's got a video up that he just uploaded 4 hours ago. The title is Doctor Disrespected a Minor. Holy shit. That's the title of his video. Damn, Mudahar. That is savage right there. I looked it up. I had somebody screenshot that, and I was like, there's no way that's real. I just confirmed it. That's the title of the video. Wow.
Damn. Albert, not a retro for $5. You Shinzno interrupted my worship of the Steph, a curse on all your houses and 10 generations that follow. Thank you for trying, Beardo. You're welcome. Reality for a 109 says, Jay is Bay. Hail hot Jeremy.
I see you.
And we're all caught up.
You're all caught up. Look at there. I'm excited for all of us. And I'm proud of Jay. Jay brought a lot to the table tonight, and I really appreciate that, Jay. Do you have anything you want to add to the
Master Austin with 10 Geeks and Gamers memberships.
Let's go. My camera's completely fucking shot.
That's what I added.
But here, let me see. That's what you added?
Yeah, 10 gifted memberships.
Good job, buddy.
They just gave membership.
Yes, good job. Okay, so this has been a fire episode as we expected. And it's been great having Jake on and everybody. So thanks to everybody on the panel. It was an awesome discussion. Madam Savvy, what do you got going on? Where can they find you?
On Twitter and YouTube, and we just cracked 5,000 subs on YouTube, so yay.
Nice. Good job.
Morning my chair though.
Holy crap, your microphone just went from like
definitely savvy.
Yeah, it's all
savvy.
yeah, it's her fault. Maybe it's the spiders. Maybe it's the spiders. Think it's the spiders, maybe? It could be.
Likely.
Congratulations on 5,000 though.
Yeah,
Great job,
congrats.
Savvy.
That's
She's doing
awesome.
good work. She's doing good work. Krista Nova.
Hello. Yes, you can follow me on Crafty Darlings. That's my art channel that I'm trying to build up. And like earlier, yes, my prints will be sold in Denver. Just look for Jay, and he's going to be selling them. So shout out to Drunk 3PO.
And Crafty Darlings, how many followers you got over there?
I'm almost at 900.
Let's go over there and follow her. Let's get her up to
okay, but I
900.
appreciate it.
Let's
Thank
make
you.
it happen, peeps. Let's make it happen. Fear the Beardo.
Yeah, Bro Science episode 9 tomorrow. Dan Vask, me, and X-Wing. It'll be a good time. 2 p.m. Eastern time on Fear the Beardo's YouTube. And then tomorrow night, the huge Elden Ring stream. First time playing Elden Ring. I'm looking forward to it. So you can also catch that on the Fear the Beardo YouTube.
Gonna be fun. Fun. Look at there. Worst part of Savvy on the panel. Her echo means I have to hear her twice. That's really good. That's pretty good right there. My Nerdy Home. Steph.
Hi. Yeah, you can follow me on Kick and Twitch. I'll be streaming some more Star Wars Lego, but also I have a stream coming up on my YouTube channel in like 10 minutes. So if you guys want to hang out with me, you can hang out there. And also follow Geeks and Gamers clips as well. We're almost at 21K there.
Yeah, and you'll see a lot of the clips from this show over there on that channel. So, Drunk 3PO.
Man, can I get like 75 people in this chat to subscribe to my channel to get me to 86,000? Please. I'm right there.
He's there.
We're not going to end the stream until you hit it. Not going to end the stream until you hit it.
I've got to go to the bathroom.
Jake the Viking, where can they find you?
Jake the Viking on all social media platforms. We've also got a new channel, The Viking Reacts, getting close to 1,000 subs on that channel. And then we also got The Viking Gaming and on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere.
Hell yeah, man. It was good having you on, bro. And I think you guys might see Jake hanging out with us a little more and get on some gaming stream, stuff like that. Yeah, might see him there. So we'll see how it goes. Don't unsubscribe to Jay. He needs all the subs he can get. Trust me. But we're actually not going to stay live till he gets that number. I don't really give a fuck. But I gotta make videos. I got stuff to do. But again, thank you to the amazing chat. And I really do appreciate you guys. I know it's a very pretty spicy show tonight, but that's going to happen from time to time. Channel's been crushing lately, so I'll have a video out here in the next couple of hours talking about the Acolyte episode 5. We'll see how shitty this is. Other than that, thank you guys so much for all the support. Mods are dropping links to everybody's channels, so make sure you go follow all these wonderful people on social media. Have a good night, everyone.
Real quick. Unknown for 199 says, Jay, is the Denver meetup just at the con?
Yes, as far as I know, it is.
I don't think there's anything outside of that that's set up.
They're going to be busy, man. There's a lot of stuff that's happening. So,
Yep.
If you see me, yell, man. Just yell. I'll be walking around.
Yep.
With a nice entourage. You can come and say hey.
Yep. Let's do it up.
Shut up.
We have one more.
Okay.
And Aquaman for $3 says, don't worry, Savvy. I will never make jokes about spiders being on you. I only do that with Krista. P.S. Watch out, Krista. There's a spider in your hair.
All right. And somebody asked for Savvy's channel. I'm sure somebody will have the link in the chat. But what's your channel, Savvy? What's it called?
Just Madam Savvy. You can now, I synced it all up, so you can just YouTube Madam Savvy.
There you go. All right, guys. Have a great night, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone. Say bye, Jay.
Good night, everyone.